Hello, 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 hello. Can anybody hear me? No. Fuck's sake. Hey, guess what? It's fucked. I think we had a brownout, everybody. Can you hear me? Brown calling the chats. Chats, can you hear me? Can you hear me, chats? Please say yes. We will obviously edit this out later. I hope everybody's okay. Let me get my slides up. I think computer problems, folks. Bear with me. Okay, here we go then. So, from the top, here we go. Hello, viewer, 3 minutes in. Today is Sunday, August 27th, 2023. I am Mr. Brown and I'm very frustrated at StreamYards. But shit happens. On this evening's stream /podcast, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainment and on the social media. It was a week where StreamYards didn't work, the force is female, and the only movie we're looking forward to has been put back 6 months. We'll forget the disclaimers. Shall we get the guest out? Yes, you know it. Here we go, folks. First, he is the backbone of Sunday nights. I genuinely love this guy. Fresh from open bar. It is Matt Cat 83.
What's up, nerds? How are you, friend?
I've had better starts to a show.
Right on. Yeah, it happens. Stuff happens.
The music just kept looping and looping
Oh, gotcha. Well,
and looping
right
and
on.
looping.
It happens. That's the constant noise in my head, the looping.
I
So,
was open bar, my friend.
it was a good time. It was a good time. I think I drank a little too much. I was excited, but I had fun.
Bless you.
Yeah, I had a lot of great comments. People were very kind.
You
Some not.
deserved your moments in the sun, my
Oh,
friend.
thank you.
Great to have you on. Shall we get the next guest out?
Absolutely, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, we're up against it, folks. Next, chat favourite, my favourite, you know it is, Vex Electronica. Hello.
Hi, beautiful people. How is everyone?
How are you? Good.
I'm still processing Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, don't.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't.
I finally watched it last night, chat, and I'm still processing it. I'm really upset what they chose to do to the God of Thunder.
Oh, I'm still processing that 3.5 minutes of music looping, but there you go. It's good. It's good 30 seconds intro.
How are you, Brown? How's your week been?
It was okay up until the intro, but anyway, you good, Jess? How's your channel going?
Channel's good. I was having a very interesting argument with a dent-headed individual
Oh, as you
yesterday.
do. As you do.
You can see it on my Twitter if you really want.
I saw it, yes. I saw it. So, good to have you on. Shall we get the next guest out? Sorry, we're up against it now, I think.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. He's the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
Hello, everybody. How are we all?
Okay, now, are you?
I'm all right. You had a bit of a brownout when you started, didn't you? It said live, but it was dead, really. Let's face it.
All I could hear was the intro music looping with the. Oh, shit. But anyway,
Yeah.
you good, Ian? Yeah.
I'm good. I hope everybody else is.
Wonderful.
Great to have you on. Shall we get the next guest out?
Let's get him out.
Okay. Oh, look who it is. From a intergalactic bakery far, far away. It is the Darth Kipling. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Brown. How wonderful it is to be on the stream with everyone this evening.
How are those cherry bakewells today?
Now listen, I'm glad to be on the same stream as Matt Cat 83 for the first time in forever.
Listen.
And I get to listen to Vex Electronica's lovely voice live.
Don't milk it, son. Don't milk it. Okay.
Just
let's
get the
have you
next
on.
guest out, goddammit.
Surprise guest, everybody. We genuinely like this guy. Well, I do. I think he's fantastic. It is Unannounced. Here we go.
He was just checking on his food.
Look who it is, everybody. Call me Chato.
It's the not surprise guest, it's the surprised guest. Hello,
How are
everyone.
you doing, my friend?
Good. I'm good. I might have to check the roast after 15 because I put it
That's
at
fine.
450 and then I have to take it down to 325 and us
sounds yummy.
cucked guys that cook food for at home.
A true man knows how to cook. There you go.
I love cooking.
I don't love cooking. It stresses me out.
Hey,
It's so relaxing. What do you
That's what my
mean?
wife says. It distresses me out. I get so upset. It's ridiculous. I start yelling and then I have to like quit and it's crazy. So and I have like a million bowls with all my stuff in it measured out and I still get so upset. I still get it's so annoying. I hate cooking.
Well, I would suggest that you get what's his name? The 5-ingredient cookbook. It's one of my favorite. One of
Jamie
your
Oliver?
not Jamie Oliver.
The other one. The one who swears.
Pardon me, what?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
No, not Gordon Ramsay. Oliver. What's his first
Jamie
name?
Oliver.
Yeah,
Jamie
Jamie
Oliver.
Oliver. Yeah,
okay.
his 5 ingredients cookbook reduces your anxiety, and almost every single recipe is fantastic and doable. I strongly recommend that.
Okay, yeah, I'm writing it down right now.
No, it's good. I
I swear, I'm writing it down. I swear to the
I'm
Jesus.
just wondering how many cakes there are that I can make from.
There's Mr. Rudyard for you.
Yes. It's great to have you on, Paul.
Yeah,
Appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Listen, thank you for having me on board. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Gran Turismo, good was it?
Loved it. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's what's amazing is that it's a sports movie. You know how sports movies work.
Yeah.
They all start and end the same way. And it's just, whether you manage to surprise people enough along the way. And I think this movie did. It's
so he dies at the end, does he? He loses the race and he dies at the end, does he?
correct. In a flaming crash. And he's saying, "Dear Lord, I wish I never played that fucking game."
The drinker liked it, so must be pretty good then. Great to have you on, everybody. Shall we get on with
Let's
it?
do it.
Yeah.
Evening chat again. Sorry for the causality loop, as it were. So let's see what we've got.
You just come from hospital. No, sorry, this is sorry.
End of week musings, Sunday, August 27th. Episode 160. Wow. We'll just blast through these, folks. Bear with me. Computer's playing silly beggars again. Here we go. Please subscribe, press buttons, etc. Donate, blah blah blah. Okay, so this dropped this week.
Like a pile of shit. Yeah.
I'm going to put Paul in the middle. Paul, would you like to go first with Ahsoka?
Sure. This is one show where after I saw it, I got angrier and angrier at it the more I thought about it.
See,
that's
this is
very
why
that's
you're
very
not supposed
few.
to think about Disney Star Wars. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, this show is a complete dumpster fire. The
Ooh,
the
savage.
script is a video game script.
Yep.
All people do is talk the plot. They don't have anything else in their lives. No one's interrupting them cooking a roast, for instance. See, the plot for this video is excellent because I was in the middle of cooking a roast and we took a quick detour, which made this broadcast brilliant and interesting to everybody. And now we're going into the meat of the action, so to speak. So there's none of that. This is literally an animated script where they stuck live people in it. It's really an unbelievably immature script with all sorts of just going from scene to scene, and there's a map. Right from the beginning, it's
Yes.
Admiral Thrawn we have to get to, as opposed to establishing the universe of the rebels still having to clean up the pockets of the universe and the First Order trying to get a foothold, and just though that is enough to create stories. Like that's a rich mine to mine, so to speak. And nothing. They didn't establish that. Nope, we're going for Thrawn because this map has he's there. He is. You mean what? He didn't move? Maybe in the meantime, no one checked his real estate listings or nothing. I mean, that's just so stupid. Sorry.
I'm very surprised you didn't enjoy the long, ponderous shots.
Oh yeah, they were
nothingness.
And you know what? I said something really cruel in my video, and Vex hopefully is not mad at me, but
she's mad at everybody. Don't worry.
But women can't imitate male. What do you call it? That Clint Eastwood look. There's very few women.
Stoic.
Yeah. Well, no, more than stoic. It's sort of this grim, but the still 5 Easy Pieces. Every once in a while, Clint Eastwood puts up a corner of his lip and gives you a wry smile. And none of these women do that. I mean, there are women who can do that. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, there you go. But stoicism.
Yeah, it's they just can't. But I'm talking about the male stoicism. There's female stoicism, but all these frickin' Disney people are trying to usurp male stoicism and thinking that gives women empowerment. So I'm sure I made fewer people mad than I thought I would with that statement. But I'm tired of women imitating men. Why not women being women? What a shocking revelation that was. And I said Ripley was powerful because she did Mama Bear. And women do Mama Bear better than men.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's an excellent point because Hera has a child, and I'm all like, are they going to bring that kid in there? And that would be a great opportunity for them to do the lioness protecting her cub kind of thing. But I'm pretty sure they won't.
Catty, your thoughts? I know
Anyway,
you're world first. Cheers, Paul.
I thought that this was it was very mediocre at best, and I know a lot of people say that, but I personally was just very much like not interested the whole time. Like I was like, it's fine, but it's not that great. And it at points it looked nice. Like I thought there were plenty of parts where it looked pretty and everything, and I thought the music was pretty good for the most part, in my opinion. But again, the acting was not very great. It was a lot of standing around just staring at each other. And going from the animated series, which I did enjoy both Rebels and the Clone Wars, and I do like Ahsoka the character, this felt like an AliExpress version of all these characters. I didn't feel like Hera was Hera from the cartoon, and I didn't feel Ahsoka was. I mean, and I understand that they're all older from the animated stuff, but it just felt like a dumbed down version of it, and I was just like, this isn't. And I know a lot of people want to say that Filoni is the savior of Star Wars, but watching these first 2 episodes, I was like, does Filoni even like the fans anymore? Because who is this for? Because it's not for Star Wars fans. I'll tell you that right now. Or
KK.
even maybe even Rebels fans. I was like, this is such a disappointment. And maybe I'll change my mind as the show goes on. But he wrote that first episode and directed it, and I'm all like, the first episode wasn't that great. So we'll see. Yeah. There was like real quick, just one thing. Like at the beginning when Ahsoka's in that little like temple of moment, and she's like figuring out that little trap to get the map and everything, she turns that little thing and then she smiles. She gives herself a grin like she did something special. And I'm like, this isn't in a Rubik's Cube. This is just you twisting the top of a little cylinder, a stone cylinder. It wasn't anything special.
Without
and then
the da-da-da-da.
Exactly. And then she pulls out the star map from Treasure Planet, and I'm like, okay, big whoop. I'm like, this is nothing. This isn't that great. So that's my thoughts in a nutshell.
Vex, thoughts?
I don't know what any of you guys are on, and quite frankly, you sound very misogynistic. This was amazing. The women were everywhere, just in every hierarchy of power, and it was. Sorry, I can't even keep this one up. This was shite. I'm coming from this from an angle of someone who is not a Star Wars fan, so I've seen the first 6 films and that's it. It's just something I never got into. So I figure, okay, maybe I'll take a peek because I am also now the target demographic for Ahsoka. And I don't know what the fuck is going on. I feel if it's a good show, first of all, I shouldn't have to do as much homework as is required to understand Ahsoka. A good writing will tell the story, and as a newcomer, which is what Disney should also be appealing to, I should be able to get right into this and be left with maybe 1 or 2 questions, but not as many as I had. I do appreciate that they're rewriting biology here, and now the uterus acts as armor if you get stabbed by what was supposed to be the most powerful weapon in the universe. I agree with Paul, though, because the entire time watching these 2 episodes, and it's a problem that most modern like TV and film have, is instead of making women strong women and playing into what are typically female characteristics, they just try to belittle all the male characters and then make all the females male, and it doesn't work because, like I was saying before in the back room, Rosario Dawson can act. I don't know what's going on here. Like it's like looking at a piece of cardboard every time she's on screen. Right. The fight scenes are really, it's like when you watch the behind the scenes practice shots, like it looks like they're just fighting with sticks of butter. I don't understand what's going on at all.
Yeah.
And the none of the characters are likable. I don't like that they're just kind of, I'm confused, but they're also telling me exactly what's going on. So it's quite baffling watching this,
As I've said previously, if you watch Ahsoka or any Star Wars, have your mobile phone in one hand, messing with that while watching, and it'll be perfect. That's what it's designed for.
Yeah. I was constantly checking my cell phone because I was just like, ugh.
Perfect way to watch it.
We have a rule in this household. You either watch or you're on your phone.
Darth Kipling, thoughts?
I think this probably would be enjoyed far better if it was played on double speed. Watching it felt like the visual equivalent of treading through cow shit, really. But I watched an episode of Rebels the other day, right? Just to prepare, just to remind myself. And that show is so much faster paced and more kinetic and more enjoyable, and the characters have emotion. It's fun. It's engaging. It takes a lot less time to watch. And I look at this and I just think, what the hell happened, Dave? What did you do? What's Kennedy what's she telling you? She's sitting on your shoulder and she's whispering in your ear, and she's ruined your way of making a show, because this ain't what it should be. This should be basically, another series of Rebels, but in live action, theoretically. But in practice, someone said stoic, but it's more like stone, as in like epitaph stone, sitting in the middle of a graveyard and kind of waiting for something to happen. I just got to the end of the episode, and admittedly, I did go straight to the second episode because I just thought, surely it can't be that bad. Surely the second episode.
Oh, yes.
And it was the second episode pretty much the same. There was one highlight when I saw a 1979 Space Invaders video game repurposed into a prop, which was fun.
Nice.
But apart from that, the characters have just been all drained of all personality whatsoever. And you just feel like you are just clock watching when you're watching it, thinking like, how much more have we got to go of this? Surely it's got to end soon. And everything's drawn out far too much. You've noticed dust settle on things around you in the time that the episode's taken to air. Maybe it'll get better with episode 3. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I could go on and on and on about this, but off the top of my head, that's pretty much what I took from those.
All right, so you liked it, yes?
Yeah. Can I just say, I was going to say it's shit, but Mega Geek's going to say that for me anyway. So fine.
Ian?
Well, everyone has said, what I thought about this show, but the thing is that I wasn't surprised of the pacing of this because I saw Mandalorian and I knew it was the same guys that was making Mandalorian was going to make this. So I wasn't really surprised how slow it was and how devoid of character it was as well. So I wasn't that surprised. The plus sides, the plus on this show is the special effects are really good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah,
really good. But you get the feeling that they're trying to spread it out so it'll equal amount of time that it shouldn't be. Like, for instance, I can't remember whether it was the second episode or the first episode where the ship came and it landed. It take ages just to fly across the screen, go to the ship, and then land. Why couldn't have just cut into when it's landing? You know what I mean? You really need to see it go from point A to point B.
They're doing it for watched minutes. Apparently.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. And it's so obvious that's what they're doing. I agree with Vex. Rosanna could act, but they've just made her non-plus. Is just basically flat, isn't she, all the way? In fact, all the characters are flat. And again, I would say, I was asking this question in the green room. In the first episode, I swear that girl got stabbed in the chest with a lightsaber. Yeah. And then when you see her in the second episode, didn't get stabbed in the chest. So,
flesh wound,
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense to me.
Uterus armor, I'm telling you.
Oh, yes. May I do some super chats?
Absolutely. Let me finish.
Oh, yeah.
But it is the action is enjoyable, but it's still flat as attack, and it's not Star Wars as far as I'm concerned. I'm finished. Thank you.
You're not wrong, by the way. Whale and Perceptors for $2. Thank you, my friend. Remember, kids, cigarettes keep you skinny.
That's no lie.
That's no lie.
They do. It's when you stop, you get, put your weight on. Peter Pidrak, $5. Hello, Peter. Yes, we hear you. And my wife wants to know, what is a brownout?
Ooh, wouldn't you like to know?
A brownout.
I don't know, but my wife keeps denying me every time.
Moving swiftly on.
So when she has to clean your underwear.
Nikki Relhan for £5. That's real money, folks. Hello to everyone on the panel and in the chat. I can't keep up. Greeting to all of you beautiful people. I think he said hello. Hello, Nikki.
Hail, Nikki.
You sure you're in the right stream?
Big supporter is Nikki. He loves this channel.
Yes.
Week 13 for £10. Again, real money. Big fan of your show. We listen to it after every band practice. My girlfriend thought Ahsoka was called a super soaker. Would have been better because she couldn't be bothered to read the title. She was try watching it. It's even worse. Whale and Perceptors for another $5. Filoni used to ruin Star Wars EU Legends characters. Now he just ruins his own characters.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars became a neutered version of Grindhouse. It was in the EU. Wow.
Why did they? So there was this one shot in. Well, there was this one line in the first episode where the captain goes, "You've got the bridge." I'm like, are we on Star Trek here? What's going on
Right.
there? You know,
Right.
It's just
That
really
captain
weird.
was so stupid. Like
He was. Yeah.
Drake from Aliens, by the way.
He got stabbed. He got stabbed in the chest. Yet he didn't survive
Well, as far as we know.
Well, you know why, don't you?
because he's not a woman.
Like
gotta
that
pay
said,
you
the uterus armor.
Male honky. Yeah, he's a male honky.
Just identify as a woman, you'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Also, Tab from House was in episode 2, wasn't he?
Yeah. I've not seen Ep 2 yet.
Oh right. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
You're
Not
not
that I
missing
care.
anything at all.
Not that I
in
care.
episode
Not that I
2.
care. Not that I care.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, was there any good points?
I thought the design of the show was good.
Yeah.
It certainly feels like Star Trek. It has a little bit of Andor in it. I mean, it has some of the trappings of
Very good.
Star Trek. I'm not Star Trek, Star Wars. You
No, you were right. Star Trek.
You
They
were
copied-
right, Paul. Just
They
keep
copied that scene from Star Trek. That 19, was it? 19 the movie. They copied that scene from the movie, didn't they?
Yeah, with the speed about,
Yeah.
Kirk. Yeah.
So it has. I mean, anyone who doesn't really know Star Wars would go, "Oh yeah, this kind of looks like something Star Warsy." I mean, it's got droids and things. So I mean, I give them credit for the look and feel of it. I give them credit for it being bright and a little bit more cheerful than most shows that people are doing these days.
Mm.
I thought it was a bit more colorful, which was good. It's just nonsensical. The script is servicing the plot only, so there's no surprises. And yeah, I feel badly. I like Rosario. I think she's
So do I.
she's good, and again, it's one of those things where she's supposed to be badass.
Mm.
And it's
Again, I would say that this is not Star Wars. Again, I refer to the first Star Wars, the second Star Wars, and the third one. They all had a sense of fun. They all had a sense of pace. They all had characters that you cared about. They went through the ringer. They fell down. They got up. They won at the end. This just feels flat right across the board. No fun, nothing, no characterization. Just tell the story. You know, it's just ridiculous.
they're
Yeah,
trying
it's
trying
awesome.
too hard to be badass. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
It's lesbian lovers in space.
Oh my god, Ian!
But
I was going
it's
to ask you about the
you just feel
direction.
it.
The direction is flat.
Yeah,
There's nothing special about direction at all. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. It's shit, basically.
Drink, everybody.
Shit.
Drink, everybody. Shit.
But yeah. And what made me laugh is the droid when she goes put the thing on the ship so we can follow it. And that droid was why are the droids like humans now? In the original Star
Because
Wars,
they
they were
are.
not like humans. Only
Yeah.
C-3PO with
That is true, but
Oh,
I do have to admit I did like
hate it.
Chopper. I did like Chopper.
Ian,
I don't like
droids,
Chopper.
droid
He-
lives matter. We all know that.
he deserves to get blown up, that thing. Really does.
That reminds me of another scene in the first episode when the droids come to Sabine's house and then she punches a droid in the
Yeah.
face with
Oh
her
my
bare
God.
fist.
Yeah.
And the droid is stunned by it. I don't even know
Jeez.
the lore. And I was like, wait a second, droids or robots don't have like reactions like that. You know, they don't feel anything.
Well, he was
Yeah.
too busy groping her, wasn't he?
But
Can't have
it's,
that.
it's what you call it. It's incredible, right? Because that droid that she was talking to seems to have all wisdom in the world. I think that was voiced by David Tennant.
Yeah.
David
something like
Tennant.
that. Yeah.
That's
And,
what
and in all the Star Wars that I know, droids were just there to service the obviously their masters. None of them had any wisdom. This all started in the Disney shit with that stupid, what's his name, Lando having freaking fucking the droid and all that rubbish. You know what I mean? That's where it all started. You know, and I don't understand why this is in Star Wars, because this is not Star Wars. It's,
Maybe it's because they can't have male characters being knowledgeable anymore, so they've got to shift it slightly.
it's
Right.
ridiculous.
Droids are the gray
Absolutely
area.
Yeah. Well, Dave Filoni actually voices Chopper, so I do hope Chopper does kick the bucket, if you like.
Do you know when C-3PO had a go at Han Solo just turned him off? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right on.
Yeah.
if that droid was going, yeah, well, you should think about joining, I would have just turned it off. Shut up. Do you know what I mean? Turn it off, you know? But it's just a different Star Wars we're talking about.
Vex, are you available to read a mightily generous
is
super
good.
chat?
This is good.
Sure. All right, common people for £50.
Real
How
money.
much for Vex to call me daddy? Oh, daddy, common people. You don't have to pay anything for that.
I like it when they call me daddy too.
Oh my god! That hit the screen.
Thank you, Daddy. Okay. Anything to add, anybody, before we? Because we're having to review each episode, and I'm burnt out with it already.
Right on.
It's a shame that this is Ray Stevenson's last role.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
was,
Right.
Yeah. Tragedy.
not a great note to leave off on. Yeah, I'm still just wondering why, as a woman, I'm still asking, why are there so many women?
Right on.
They're everywhere.
You can
You
smell smell the sexual tension in the air as well.
Yeah, it's
Like
really
the
It's
bit
just
where she
thick
goes,
with it.
don't take that was a cricket ball. Don't take it with you. You knew she was going to take it. Do you know what I mean? How
Right.
stupid is she?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? It was ridiculous.
It wouldn't have been so bad if Ahsoka said, it was a double bluff. She was reverse psychology. So don't take it. Don't you dare take it. And then she takes it. Go, yes, she took it. Great. I
Yeah.
can get her to do all the work for me. But they didn't even bother putting that in there. I will just say quickly, before we do move on, there's an excellent channel on YouTube, if people don't know about it already, called Prism. Sorry, Mr. Brown, I'm not advertising other channels. I'm just saying for the purposes of this. And it's called Prism, and he's done 3 episodes now based on What If Star Wars Was Awesome, the sequel trilogy, that is. And the latest one just dropped yesterday called What If the Rise of Skywalker Was Awesome. I thoroughly encourage everyone to go and check it out.
Well, do you want to throw a link in the chat then, maybe?
Yeah. It's done with AI. I think it may be AI visuals. I'm not sure about the writing or the music, but the visuals are AI. But it's superbly done. The writing is fantastic. And I watched this after I watched Ahsoka, and I just came away feeling as if I genuinely watched something enjoyable and emotional and engaging. And I thought, my God, how crap Lucasfilm and Disney are at making things now. If just some guy on YouTube can do this, it's amazing.
Well,
I'll put the link in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, throw a link in the chat, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. So, nothing to add then.
Yeah.
Move along.
Move along.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the next slide is, so sorry, folks.
Oh, God.
We never fully move on here, do
No,
we?
we don't.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about this lightsaber fight, though, did you notice? Because somebody pointed it out,
folks.
and I went and rewatched it. But Sabine holds her lightsaber up way too long. She lets the chick, the hottie chick, stab her, and I'm all like, "Why did you sit there and wait? Like, you took like a 5-second pause, and she just stabbed her." And I'm all like, "That's ridiculous."
Also, I'm going to make a guess here, right? The girl that stabbed her is going to end up good in the end. I bet you, because that is their
well,
MO,
after,
isn't it?
yeah, after
is
she
MO.
kills, after she
She's
kills Ray Stevens and takes his
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Yeah.
She's going
And-
to end up being friends with them at the end.
And get this, and she's a Ukrainian actress.
Oh, so they win.
Oh yeah, they get billions of dollars, so it's a win-win for them for
Yeah.
sure.
Why didn't Han Solo survive? Anybody know? Paul, do you know?
You mean in J.J. Abrams' mess?
Yeah, because he got a lightsaber.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
in the? Well, he also got tossed over into the parapet.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was the fall that it would have been the fall that killed him, not the
Yeah, well, we
lightsaber.
need Bones to investigate that to just, specifically find out what was the cause of death. Getting your guts boiled usually is a, fine way to do it. I suggested that Sabine didn't die because Ren had her lightsaber on simmer.
yeah.
Simmer.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
No,
Sounds like a true chef.
An endless source of jokes. And here's the thing. Star Wars is goofy in of itself. There is a huge amount of suspension of disbelief to really get into the scripts. Because if you read the original Star Wars script, like A New Hope, you are part of the Rebel Alliance. Like every single line is stupid. Like the ability of the actors to convey these lines as being personally truthful is just extraordinary. And then on top of that, when you've got people who can't even write that quote unquote badly, I mean, it's a goofy script. This is the toughest stuff to write and the hardest stuff to perform. And this is an even worse version of that. It's an imitation of Star Wars. That's what this is. Sorry. That's why this sucks. It's an imitation of Star Wars. It's people's memory of it.
Why can't the females in Star Wars just pick one color for their hair? What is that all about? What the?
Oh, I'll do you one better. It's the makeup on Sabine after she cuts her hair in the second episode, all completely redone as well to match the new look. And she's the only one that has winged liner of all of the females that you see.
Oh my god!
Which I thought was an interesting makeup choice.
She cuts her hair to look like a boy.
Well, judging from how Sabine looks because I saw the pictures of her in the animated series, it looks almost similar. But yes, it is a very masculine.
Yeah,
and she's a pretty girl, which is a shame too. So
yeah, I'll agree with that.
She needs a sandwich, but she's okay.
Yeah, too thin, but pretty face.
Who's going to feed that cat thing though when she's gone? That's what I want to know.
There was a highlight. I liked the cats. That was the best thing about it.
Did anyone know how the cat got all the way up that tower?
Don't know.
The lift.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's going to itself out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fight scenes being slow, I noticed that too in the fight that Ahsoka gets into in the second episode with the droid and
the man in black.
Yeah, it was so conveniently timed that when she's one-on-one with one of them, the other one's just kind of standing in the background.
Shit, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I can't.
It's like when he throws his lightsaber as well, doesn't he? And tries to kill her, and it flies out of nowhere, and you think, oh well, that's gone. And then he calls it back, and she just like stands just a couple of inches to one side, and the lightsaber flies past. The guy could have just sort of moved it with his fingers a little bit and just chopped her in half, but no.
Exactly.
He could have. And as I said, it really like those robots in the first episode. They could have just, instead of screwing around with her, they could have just pushed the button and blow themselves up, and then that'd be the end of that, isn't it? So I don't know why they waited to blow themselves up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
May I do a super chat? I think it's the first super chat from Hindsight Profits, but there's no message.
For $10,
do we just have
to not real money?
Thank you. I'm sure there was a message there, but thank you, my friend.
Should we just give him some uncomfortable silence for a few seconds?
Okay, 10 seconds.
If you donate another $10, I'll call you daddy as well.
What if it's a mommy? What if it's a mummy bear?
Oh, mama bears like being called mommy too.
Are we allowed to call mothers nowadays?
Yes.
Or is that problematic?
But I do not call my wife mommy. I'll tell you that. I'm not calling her mommy. That would be weird for me.
What was this about then? What is this?
She gets stabbed and she lives. And you know,
all right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
you go ahead, Vex. Yeah, you go.
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
Fine, ladies first. Listen.
She gets stabbed, right? And she wakes up in the hospital, and within a day of her waking up in that hospital, she's already decoding like machinery in her bed, and complete consciousness, total cognitive function. Just it's like nothing ever happened to her. So it's almost like, okay, what's the point of having a lightsaber if I literally will still be a genius the next day? Like there's no recuperation period with these weapons.
Well, she no, you can't have women showing pain or any kind of weakness at all in these stupid Disney rubbish things, and this is a prime example of that, isn't it? You know, she's not suffering at all in this. So remember when Luke got hit by the big wampa thing, and he was in that big tank with the water, and he had to come out, and he had all the scars in his face.
Yeah,
he went through it. He went through it.
He did. Yeah.
It made me laugh when she was being chased by those two pilots down the ever so busy freeway.
Yeah.
And one of them decided to block her off. Like it's a speeder bike. Like she couldn't just like sort of flip it over the nose of that ship or anything. But no. She went underneath it. She performed a badass riot girl move and just skidded across the ground and pulled up on the other side. And then the other pilot's kind of just nodding at her going, Yeah, I'll just let you go because you deserve that.
Like Clancy Brown should have got
Yeah.
his sword out and chopped her head off. That's what he should have done.
Oh
mate.
yes, no relation, by the way.
In a
Yeah,
perfect world.
and why was she escaping that little ceremony? She was being
Yeah,
such an
no, it makes
asshole
no
for
sense.
no reason, and I'm
Yeah, it
all
makes
like,
no sense.
you know. And then those pilots, why did they go after her? I'd have been like, all right, she doesn't want to show up, fine, forget her. And we'll be like, you know, I'd be like, Sabine was gonna show up, you guys, and give a speech, but she sucks and everything. Just turn her into the bad guy. I'm like,
I didn't know that whole ceremony was to honor her dead comrades, which I would have never picked up on if someone hadn't have told me, because everyone was so nonchalant throughout that entire scene. Even the way the admiral dude or whatever reacts to Sabine not being there, you'd never think that this was meant to be sort of a somber event. I
Even that scene they ripped off from that Star Trek movie, Captain Kirk, right? He let the car go off the cliff. He almost died
As a kid, yeah.
as a kid, and then he got arrested. But no, they can't have this happen to this character because she's female. She had to do a badass move and escape, and they just let her go.
Here you go, folks.
So ridiculous.
Tom has some thoughts, and very good ones. Shouting, by the way. Because she's a loose cannon who plays by her own rules, Matt. So there.
stunning and brave.
It's crap, isn't it?
Yeah, and if I was those two pilots, I'd have just been like, fine, you want to run away, go ahead, I don't care.
Okay. Iceman says bogged down. Yeah, we are bogged down.
It'll be a new episode then.
I would have fired at her. I would have blown her to bits and just go, "Oh, it was an accident." That's what I would have said today.
Right on.
Sorry, Iceman, you're not going to like the next slide then, because I do remember this. Somebody posted this today. Ian, do you know anything about it? Do you want to read it?
I have no idea. Dear House of Mouse, why are the male heroes gone? Where are the male heroes gone in Star Wars? And why is it that when females get screwed by lightsabers, they never die? Also, why is the psycho-copying scenes from Star Trek 2009, the movie? So there you go. So, you know, it's obvious. I love that picture of Luke, though. Freaking
Mr.
awesome.
Brown, you need the applause button right now.
Why?
No, he's not going to do it for me. But that's I love that painting of Luke.
Yeah, amazing.
He's so badass, doesn't he? There,
Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean this one?
Dun dun dun.
Not quite.
No, but seriously though, it's so obvious they copied that scene, and it's so obvious that they didn't know what to do, so they just copied that line from Star Trek. You have the bridge. You know what I mean? They never say that in Star Wars ever. So, but yeah.
Well, they do now.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Shall we move on? Because how many
Yes.
more episodes we've got to review each week?
8 altogether.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what we got. So this week the promotion for Dune has started. Is it Dune or is it June?
Dune.
So obviously Empire Magazine is starting to do all their promotion. Probably what?
Because of the
next
strike.
month? Yeah.
That's why it's been pushed back.
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I was very excited. And then
I hate
literally within an hour, it's been put back.
I hate Empire. They're so biased.
It was actually the other way around. The announcement
it?
came first, and then the next day, Empire and another site were doing the promotions for Dune, because I guess it was just already set up to go live or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, this came after the announcement, and everyone was really upset about it.
That's because they got it ready, didn't they? Because they
Yeah.
didn't think this was going to happen, and it had to
These
go out
things have
publication.
a 6-month lead time.
They do, yeah. They do, yeah.
I used to be in the magazine business.
So they were going to publish this no matter what. So
If the studios don't give Empire a 6-page spread, they give it 2 stars. If they do, they give it 5 stars. So that's how it works. So I've ever since I learned that, because my brother used to work for Total Film, and then he went to work for Empire. He used to write for them. As soon as I learned that, when my brother told me that, I stopped reading Empire and Total Film, because it's just all a con.
Wow.
Yeah, so I thought, nah, I'm not reading them anymore. Just make up my own mind.
okay, so I'll go to the Twitter announcement. Okay, June 2 has been delayed till March 14, 2024. as studios continue to refuse to pay actors and writers fairly.
This date was corrected yesterday, I think, because all the outlets were putting out March 14th. It should be March 15th.
Oh, so it's even later.
Yeah.
I thought this was the one film where everybody knows this is coming out. Everybody's excited. And I just don't just put the posters out on the buses and the trains and TV. You don't need any actors to promote it, or do
Agreed.
you, Mr. Chateau?
I'm disappointed, but I think it has to do with the fact that the studio wants to follow the same path to success that the first movie had, and they're not able to do it now with the strike. There's even though I think there's a lot of pent up demand for the movie. All the marketing people said, and marketing people take they take the credit for when it works, and then they don't take the credit when something fails. But in this particular case, in the first movie, they had a regime. They rolled out the actors to many locations, and they want to do exactly that same thing because, to a certain degree, that's their empirical line in the sand. So when if they go to the studios, if the studio then goes, well, this was a massive failure, then they go, well, we did exactly the same as the first movie, which was a huge hit, so it's not our fault. So that's a really important piece in the marketing puzzle that people aren't talking about.
Oh well, we just got to wait. That's all.
Yep.
So we still got the Marvels to look forward to.
No, we've got Equalizer 3 to look forward to. Come on,
I am
good.
I am
That
excited.
looks like
for
fun.
I know it
It's
does,
out
doesn't it?
this week. Is Dune, or is it Dune 2, finished? Do we know?
Yeah, it's finished.
Yeah.
It's finished. Yeah, definitely.
Oh God, this was the only film I was really, really looking forward
The
to.
special effects looks amazing in this film.
Oh,
Absolutely
And I
amazing.
do love the book, so I can't wait to see it.
So we'll see.
why for once couldn't they just took a leap of faith and just put it out?
Because that's money we're talking about
Consequences.
here. That's
Yeah.
why. Money,
This is a
money,
WB,
money.
and they're already hemorrhaging money. So
That's right.
why take the
That's
risk?
so true.
Yeah, yeah.
But, but do they know that everybody's pumped for this?
No, they know Mr. Brown is pumped for this.
People in the chat, are we pumped for this movie? Because I am. Yes, if you're pumped. No, if you're not.
I can wait
Panel?
to tell you the truth.
You
I
can,
can
yeah.
wait. I can wait.
Darth?
We have no choice but to wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Maybe it'll get people even more
Yeah, more
antsy and excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
might
sure.
do. Yeah.
Looks like yes, Hostman. Yeah.
I want to see more sand. Yep.
What surprise? No.
I can wait. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
I haven't seen Dune Part 1 still, so I don't. I'm in between here, but
We've
the
heard that
hype,
rumor. Yes.
everyone else's hype has me hyped.
No. I didn't like Dune 1. I thought it was
Really?
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't
What?
go see it again. I wouldn't. No, I've said this already. I've said this on your
I know,
streams already.
I know,
I thought
I
it was
know.
very slow, and I thought it was. But a lot of people saying to me the second one has the action, so I'm going to go and see the second one. So
Yeah, plus they ended it in a weird spot. I wouldn't have ended it where they ended it in, but what are you going to do? I don't make those decisions.
Okay. I think it's a little bit of a sidestep, possibly.
But it's a good one.
Denny Villeneuve wants to make. We've not even got Dune 2 out. Dune Messiah. So he wants to do a trilogy.
That's no way that's going to happen, especially what's happening in Hollywood today and money and stuff like that. Everybody's hemorrhaging money. I think there's going to be a huge change in Hollywood where they're looking for movies to make with 5 million or even 11 million now. A lot of them are considering not making huge budget movies unless you guaranteed a box office hit, but no one can guarantee that. So I mean, you got to look at just A24. They're making films at 5 million, I think, and they're making a crap load of money on that. So this might be the way forward for Hollywood,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Cheaper films.
Because Star System doesn't work anymore. Nobody goes to see a Brad Pitt film. Brad Pitt's in the film, you go, it's Brad Pitt. You don't rush to the cinema.
That's true.
So Star System don't work. So it's just how good the film is now that works. So
right on.
The budget for Dune 1 was $165 million, grossed $402 million.
yeah.
That's a lot of risk for that kind of
Well, in its defense, it was put on day and date release during the pandemic, so I'm pretty
was it
sure.
really?
Yeah, because I didn't see it in theaters. I had HBO Max at the time, so I just watched it at home. So I mean, I would have seen that part 1 in the theater if it hadn't been released day and date.
I saw it in the cinema. I thought it was, it looked spectacular, but I was bored as fuck, basically.
Yeah,
when I was watching it.
Yeah, I really felt like if you watch the 1980 movie, the 80s movie, I feel like it would have benefited from, because there's some narration in there, and I felt like it would have benefited from that. It also left out a lot of stuff from the books and from that 80s movie that I felt like was needed, because it didn't really explain why Duke Leto was being put on Arrakis and everything. It, like my wife, who hadn't read the book or seen the movie, was all like, is he just really bad at being a duke, and is he mad at him? I'm like, no, he's actually, everybody really likes him, and that's why he's putting on there, because he wants everybody to hate him, because if you're on that planet, then you're pretty much rich and stuff. So yeah, there's stuff they could have done to make it better, but I still liked it though.
Spice must flow.
Yeah, go on. But the thing is, though, I think it takes a special director to take talking heads and make it move faster and make it more interesting. Like I said, Chris Nolan with Oppenheimer, he made that mostly talking heads, that film, but it was all very, very interesting, and I never got bored once.
Yeah.
And with Dune, I got bored when they were talking. They kept talking and talking and talking. I was like, oh, get on with it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, because I always say that when a novel's written, right, it's not the movie. Right. So you've got to get a really good director to take that novel and mix it into and meld it and squeeze it into a movie, like what Spielberg did with Jaws. If they shot Jaws the way it was written, it would never have been a hit. So the same thing with this as well. You got to keep the essence of Dune, but also you got to kind of try and make it into a movie and a pace movie at that, because most of the first novel, as far as I can take from Matt, is quite slow. So you need to make it move faster, and a good director would be able to do that. That's what I think, anyway. But that's just me.
Can I eat chickens?
Yeah, I think Chatto's gone and he's eating his steak.
Paul's had to dip out. Everybody said
he's eating it live. He's eating it alive.
Okay. Shall we move on? I can't. Yeah. It's probably a sidestep. Sorry, folks. Slow, as I said, really, really slow.
Yeah.
I was struggling to pick up stories. Just slow AF.
Yeah.
So obviously, Dune. Was it June 2 isn't going to be released. So positive news for the Marvels, everybody. Who's looking forward to this then?
I am definitely looking forward to what a shit show this movie is.
For sure, yeah. Plus, go ahead. Sorry, Vex.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that's it. That's the only excitement I have for this.
I'm in the same boat as you, but also I love how it's like, it took their IMAX screens. That's not going to help it. This is a flopzilla all the way around. So I'm excited for it to flop and to crap all over it.
The news has gone straight to the studio saying these 3 won't sell. So who they put on the cover now of the poster? There you go. So you've got him on the poster. Maybe people will go and see it now. Yeah.
Swappers, are you going to put your hand in your wallet for this one?
No. I'm looking forward to see how many cars it buys for reviewers, though. Because the original Captain Marvel movie made a lot of money for some people.
Yeah. Plus, I don't. The first one, everybody talks about how like, oh, it made $1 billion. I'm like, yeah, because it was sandwiched in between, you know,
Yeah, it did,
arguably the two best movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Mhm.
and of course, and Feige made it sound like you had to see Captain
Yeah.
Marvel to know what was going on
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in Endgame. So I don't think this movie is going. I don't think it's going to do even half of what its first movie did. So
I just
you know,
clarify. Actually, I would just clarify when I said it's going to make a lot of money for people. I meant the reviewers. Who were
right?
Gonna,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
were gonna
yeah.
lay into Brie Larson, really. Apart from Mr.
Right
Brown
on.
because he loves her. But
Right on.
I do,
Yeah.
other than her feet. Toes.
Oh yeah, no, her feet are gross. Oh,
we told you not to look,
goodness.
Maddie. We told you not to look.
I know. I shouldn't
know,
have looked, but you know how that goes.
I've said this before. Obviously, we've got a new star in town with what's her face,
Who be that then?
Snow White.
Oh,
God.
Rachel Zegler.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's taken over the reins, as it were. I think Brie will come good in the end.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Here's the difference, though. Bree's actually proven that she can act before the Marvel stuff, at the
Yes.
very least. Rachel Zegler, she has 2, soon to be 3 movies under her belt
They're getting
before
cancelled.
Snow White. That's it. Yeah.
Mm.
So for her, I get like, yes, they're in the same boat, but yeah, at least Bree has proof that there's talent there.
But you know what? It just
Yeah.
goes to prove that actors should keep their mouth
Yes.
shut and do their
Exactly.
job
Yeah.
and just
exactly.
not get involved in Twitter or anything. Just keep yourself to yourself. Freaking do your job, go home and enjoy your riches. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not rocket science.
Jay Goodwin in the chat. Brown is simping again.
When isn't he simping? What do you mean again?
I do like Brie. Sorry, folks. Somebody's got to.
Yeah, and she's not ugly. I mean,
Somebody's got to like Brie. It's me.
Yeah.
So I've been
Nah,
given
She's
the.
got
yeah.
a nice
Plain.
pair of tatas, you know.
Yeah, she's plain.
Yeah.
She's plain.
Yeah, it's just her
Great
feet are
actress.
just gross. Oh.
May I do some super chats, please?
Yeah, do it, dude.
Nikki Rellahan for £2. Real money, folks. The Marvels, greatest movie since '85.
Agreed.
It's probably going to be right. Common Beats, £10. How much to find out more about Matt's ex-lovers? What's that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh God, DM me. I'll send you the list.
Matt
Did
Katz,
any of them
the-
also call you daddy?
I mean, yes, and I liked it. So I mean,
Matt Cat has done every continent. Lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
He has indeed. He
No.
has indeed.
And here you go. Matt Isaac, Matt won $50. Wow.
That's not real money.
It's not real money.
Monopoly money. Appreciate you, Mr. Brown. Oh,
Yeah, man.
You must be making loads of money on YouTube to give him £49.99. That's
Catty,
crazy.
you're welcome. You know that. You know that. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody, Vex, you're going to go see this. You're going to make money from this.
Yes, I already put out a review for the trailer some months ago. So yeah, I'm
you know
planning to
what?
see this movie.
I'll give anything just to sit behind Vex and hear her squirm in her seat and
What?
give it. Yeah, give it. This is shit. Just like really get angry and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can both say this is shit, and you can work yourself up into
Oh.
a frenzy.
For sure. Ever since I saw Brie Larson's feet, I've written 3 jokes for my review.
Wow.
I was like, I got to come up with feet jokes just so I can put that gross picture in my review.
Yeah, I think especially the big YouTubers, they're just going to make a shit ton of money from this.
Well, they did slag off Ahsoka, right? But you find that they kept repeating themselves. There wasn't much to say about Ahsoka, and they just kept repeating the same old things all the time.
I think our reviews are better than anything on YouTube, but there you go, because of the angle we approach it.
Yeah.
Here you go, Professor R2. I would love to see this movie with Vex.
Oh my.
I think everybody
to
would.
Canada.
Her
Actually.
husband
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Everyone would like to just sit in the cinema while she's like in the middle seat and just listen to what she says as the movie plays. This is shit. What a cunt.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
talk in the
hey,
movie, Vex, when you go...
Don't say that word.
If you sat at the back and you were looking down
That's
at
my
the
stream
theatre and
demonetized, by the way.
Oh yeah, right. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, it is. demonetized that word. The
We'll
Autobots.
see. We'll
The
see.
Autobots pick it up. Anyway, go on, Swap Shop.
I was just going to say, if you're sat at the back of the theatre and you're looking down, you know where Vax is sat, and you can see her head watching the movie. It would just be like one face palm after another.
It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I was for The Little Mermaid, for Indiana Jones, for Barbie. I was just sitting there, just like,
What about the head shake when you do the old black head shake? When you go like
yeah.
that?
No, I do the brown one though, where it bobbles a little bit more. So.
That's good.
But just a lot of lip smacking and face palming and eyes rolling and exasperated sighs.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to bomb. It's going to. It's hot garbage, isn't it? Anyway, okay.
Yeah, and why would you pay more money to go to an IMAX to see this?
Well, there is that.
Yeah, why would you do that? That's
Yeah, it's not,
ridiculous.
it's not a film for
Underestimate-
IMAX, is it?
No, it's
not.
not. I was gonna say, don't underestimate what feminazis are willing to do.
That's such
look
a
at
waste
Barbie.
of money.
On
That's
that
so
bombshell,
true.
let's move on.
Um,
Director Zack Snyder reveals that before Rebel Moon ultimately found a home on Netflix, he pitched the project to Warner Brothers multiple times. Anybody see the?
I saw the trailer. Yeah,
What did we think?
it was all right. I mean, it basically it was a project. It was part of Star Wars, wasn't it? He wrote this, so it would be like part of the Star Wars universe. So he literally just rewrote the script, so it's not part of the Star. It does look very Star Wars-ish. The trailer.
It literally looks like a Zack Snyder Star Wars film. That's it. There doesn't look to be anything unique about this.
Yeah, but again, right, watching this, it's all wall to wall CGI, and I can't get excited about stuff like this anymore.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the other tweets that Zack Snyder put out in tonight's?
There's a couple. Should we just?
Okay.
We'll just plow through them, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So he pitched it to Warner's. They weren't interested. Warner's are just. I think Warner's are the most stupidest movie company ever.
Well, I think they just realized that he's just a shit filmmaker. That's all. So I thought this was really funny when I saw this headline.
Okay, so Rebel Moon producer Deborah Snyder on Sophia Botella's character. It was so important to us that it was believable that she was this amazing warrior.
Can I point out that this girl has been in only one successful movie, and everything else she starred in has been a box office flop, like colossally.
What was the last film she was in?
The biggest one was The Mummy.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes.
I thought I knew
She
her from
was
somewhere.
in Kingsman.
That was the only good movie she did.
The girl with the scissor legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
She was also in Star Trek Beyond as well.
Yeah, she was bad. She's a bad actress. I don't understand why you would cast her as your lead. She does good in action sequences, but when she starts talking, I'm all like, this is not good acting, like at all. It's very bad.
I bet Ian could get something good out of her.
I mean,
Probably.
maybe, but I don't know.
She can get something good out of me, that's for sure.
Stop.
Yeah, give her the old in out. You know what I'm saying?
Super chat, if I may. Here you go.
yeah.
Bank of Hostman, Socrates, $5. I'd like to see an epic Star Wars meets Game of Thrones style IP, but unfortunately, it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Why
I'm
is
just
it
going to
really-
say that profile picture is the best thing I've seen in ages.
Does the article explain what it is that makes her a believable warrior? Of
course
you
not.
read the article at all, or
No.
I didn't read the article.
Wouldn't it
course
be a
not.
lot more interesting if she wasn't an amazing warrior, and she kind of wouldn't that be kind of a little bit out of the ordinary, and a little bit more intriguing as to why she's the central character and she's not particularly amazing at everything like they always are?
to me, when I see a headline like this, I already know that this film has nothing to offer for even a general audience. If this is the way that you're hyping up your audience,
Yeah, it's true. That is true. Again, I can't be attracted to films that have wall-to-wall CGI. It just, my mind can't connect to it anymore. I know it's not real, so whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a stream killer.
Yeah.
you have
mic
the
drop.
other thing that Zack Snyder put out about this film.
I don't know. I quite like the films I've seen her in. I kind of quite like her.
What, The Mummy?
Well, I haven't seen that one, but what I've
It's a waste of
seen
time.
her in, I quite like her, and it feels kind of a little bit earned, perhaps, that she's the lead in this. That I could possibly believe it. Maybe we'll see.
But if she's a girl boss and she doesn't have any flaws whatsoever and she beats everybody up, then it's not going to work. I mean, even Peter Parker had problems, and he was Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? So that's what makes heroes work. That they basically have flaws, and they have to overcome those flaws to actually achieve the end result.
I think I said last time I'm just desperate for some decent entertainment. It's just
why didn't Zach put a male hero in this?
Don't know.
And do you know what? And even if it's going to be a male hero, it'll probably be a man of color. Do you know what I mean? Well, where's all the white men heroes gone?
They're dead, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on? It's more Zach. Sorry, folks. Exclusive. Ed Skirron, who plays the villain. Atticus Noble teases Zack Snyder's space opera Rebel Moon as Star Wars with sex, violence, and swearing.
This is also just a turn-off headline. I don't know. I'm sex in film and TV is just overrated, in all honesty. It doesn't need to be there ever. If anything, it's filler. It even for instances like Oppenheimer, I think Oppenheimer could have gotten across what it wanted to without the overt nudity. So for me, again, this is the same thing as the girl boss thing. Oh, you're telling me a bunch of shock value things in order to try and appeal to an audience. I this is just more confirmation that this film has nothing to offer when it gets down to it.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on then.
Mic drop.
Told you it was a slow news week, folks.
It's very slow.
In fact, it's grinding to a halt, I think.
Yes.
Is this the one?
Yes. This is the one.
Right.
What's this?
Zack Snyder says his director's cut for Rebel Moon has, quote, close to an hour of extra content.
Oh, yes.
With Netflix, we shot scenes for the director's cut, so in that way, it's really a revelation because it gives that second kick at the can for big fans.
I know what it is. It's all slow motion shots, isn't it?
Yes.
There'll be a lot of that.
Maybe some nudity in there. I think there was a follow-up comment from the same interview where it's just like, they need to release the director's cut for Rebel Moon. And I'm like, dude, why do you need a director's cut? Not only is the movie not out yet, but it's split into 2 fucking parts already.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking done with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is kind of, at this point, the bane of my existence. I genuinely hope that this man eventually moves to Canada and takes advantage of our country's maid services. I am so over Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I go, why are you already talking about a director's cut? Why don't you just make your director's cut? Why are you taking out stuff? Netflix is not going to be mad if you add an extra hour onto your film. They're going to be like, no, this will give us much more watch time, and the more you're watching, the more you're not unsubscribing to our service. Yeah, for sure. It's such a weird thing to do and say. I'm all like, why are you doing this? Planning a director's cut. It's so stupid.
Here you go, folks. Nicky Relhan for £5. Real money, folks. The panel and chat. What's worse, Bree's feet or the foot gangster from Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Don't know that one.
The one you
Bree's
pleases
feet.
you. Choose wisely.
Bree's feet.
Pleasures you.
It's obviously Bree's feet, yeah.
I don't want her to pleasure me with her feet. Those are gross. Those are gross.
Well, that's
I have to look up
last thing on my mind, but there you go.
I have to look up the
shouldn't come into that, should it?
Nicky Relhan again for £5. Real money, folks. In the movie Throne of Blood, the castle was built with the help of US Marines. Real sets, and the arrow scene at the end is awesome. Look it up.
Hey, what?
I've not seen. Throne of Blood.
I've never heard of this film, but now I will check it out.
There you go, folks. Recommendation.
I would pick the gangster foot guy from the Cowardly Dog Show.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a purple foot. It's not. It's Reese toe is gross.
Here you go, folks. Smilex, I love Throne of Blood.
Oh, you would smile.
Is that a Game of Thrones?
I don't
Blood?
think we're a very. I'll start again. I don't think we're a very knowledgeable panel, are we?
As far as I can make out, it's a 1957 black and white movie.
It from the images. It looks cool. I would
Kurosawa.
watch it. Yeah.
Oh, it's Kurosawa. Okay.
Yeah, I would watch it. I've never seen it before though. So.
Vex, anything to add? I know you're excited about Rebel Moon. No.
Fuck Zack Snyder and
in
fuck
the bin,
his fan.
Yeah, in the bin, yeah.
It is interesting looking though. I mean, like there are some things about it that you just go, I wonder what that's all
Vex,
about.
if it is good, will you come back on this channel and just say how good it is?
I want to be pleasantly surprised.
Same
so
here. We
if
want it
it's
to be good.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah,
come
yeah,
and say
yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But if it's shite, expect me to be back with a rage.
That'll be Christmas week, everybody. The rage of Vex. Okay.
Well, that's what Vex means, isn't it?
Yeah, to be irritated or angered. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
What's this?
Florence Pugh says Christopher Nolan apologized that her role in Oppenheimer was small. I was like, doesn't matter, even if I'm a coffee maker in a cafe at the back of the room, let's do it. There you go.
Well, her role was as small as her boobies, weren't they? So.
Yeah, and why is he apologizing? It was a role. She got paid. Don't apologize. You don't owe any apology to these people.
Yes, right.
For anything. She got her money, her quota, and all that good stuff.
Super chat. I think Wayland's been a bit dirty, everybody. Bear with me. Chat moved up. Here we go. Wayland Perceptus in the chats. Zegler or Larson? Who's better?
Larson. Larson's got the better hits.
Yeah, Larson all day.
Yeah. I would take Larson too, yeah.
Larson's got no bum though.
Doesn't matter. She's got tits.
Yeah, I'm a boob guy, so it's fine. It's fine.
Swappers,
Gotcha.
you're greedy, aren't you? You do both.
Just sad there's not a third option.
Well, Zegler would just be all like, I should get paid for every minute I sit on your face.
You're supposed to be eating my pussy.
Is it true
about
that she after all this nonsense about her saying all that crap, she came out with pictures of her in a bikini? Is it true?
I have no idea.
Just to combat
OnlyFans, OnlyFans.
So yeah, just to combat what she was saying, because I think Disney's telling her off now for the crap that she's saying. So now she can't say anymore.
I think we're being picked up here. Here you go, Amelia Bedelia. Third option is your hand.
Okay,
that's been the only option of late. But there
for
you
Brown.
We all enjoyed Oppenheimer, didn't we? People have seen
I
it.
liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Swappers,
have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I haven't really watched many films recently. Ahsoka's probably the main thing I've watched since.
You should go
Star
see it,
Trek
mate.
Picard,
Because one, it'll get you out of the house, and two, your money won't be going to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It is well worth the visit to the cinema. I concur with Brown.
Do I need my sunglasses?
No.
Okay.
You're done.
Factor 50 for when
you
the
might
explosion
need
goes off.
earbuds or
Yes,
like a
definitely.
yeah. But if you see it in IMAX especially, but other than that, you'll be okay.
Yeah, go on, Swappers. Go see it, mate. You'll enjoy it.
As if it's
Cassie,
still
you
out.
can go see it. It's still out. Yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah. What did it just pass? I just saw
777.
Yeah, almost at 800 million.
Wow, nice.
It's
I have
about
seen the
to-
porn parody though. I have seen the porn parody, which was good.
Oh, hold on. I'm interested. Can you drop a link for that?
Yeah, it was called Look for Papa Hyman.
Okay, we'll move on. I don't think it is a move on. It's like a
Sidestep.
I think it is.
Side swap.
Slow news week, folks. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
The Batman.
Good. Fuck the Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oppenheimer crossed 777 at the worldwide worldwide box office, the movie has now surpassed The Batman.
Globally.
Was The Batman out this year? Was it last year?
2022.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was last year.
Didn't like the
Okay.
Batman.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
Well, I
No.
don't see what the reference is then of this.
I
What's
think
Batman to do with-
globally Batman made that amount of money, but the Oppenheimer just talking about, is this domestic gross? It's not talking. The 77 million
Worldwide.
is that worldwide? I say
Yes,
so
it
it's
says
the same.
yeah, it says
It's the
that
same.
worldwide.
So I don't see the point of actually putting this out. What's the
Oh,
point?
there is no point, but I think someone
looks
else
good.
also.
Yeah.
No, someone else pointed out in the chat as well. Oppenheimer still hasn't released in China, so it's going to be out this
Gonna do
coming
well
week. So
there.
that's why it's still in the news cycle. I feel to keep the hype going. It's very likely that
right.
this movie will cross $1 billion.
Yeah.
After that.
Here you go, Bank Postman, $5. Thank you, my friend. Don't tell Blue Boy.
Oh my god, I love that.
Oh,
picture
I've
so
told
much.
him many times. He knows. He has accepted that fate.
Blue Boy's enjoying WWE today, so yes.
Nice.
Lucky bastard.
Has he gone to the live show?
Yeah, I think I think he said he's got ringside seats.
Oh,
Lucky
that's
bastard.
super cool. Yeah.
Really?
Those are
I
always
hope
fun.
the wrestler falls on top of him. That'd be great. That'd be terrific.
Here you go, folks. John Z. The Chinese will love it. They like explosions.
Especially when they're directed at Japan.
Oh yes. Oh yes. It's going to do $1 billion, isn't it? Because
I think so.
Yeah, it's going to do $1 billion. They're just going to keep it on at the theaters, aren't they?
It's still got, I think, another 4 weeks at least in IMAX here domestically. But then China loves Christopher Nolan. So,
They do.
and given what else is currently in theaters, what else are they going to go see?
Good night, Franco, by the way. Okay.
Barbie.
No, the Chinese are not going to go see Barbie.
Yeah, Asia's not eating up Barbie at all.
No.
No.
They see
seen
through
it,
all
not
of that
interested.
bullshit.
Haven't they got a Barbie doll where it's just the Barbie's just wearing a skirt and white socks and looks like a Chinese schoolgirl? Because that would sell, wouldn't it? That's what they're into, aren't they, down there?
It's the very anti-family messaging and all the feminism stuff.
Oh,
Asia
I see.
usually does
Ian,
not get that.
enough of your fantasies, please.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, so I will say, folks, I say this every time. If you've not seen Oppenheimer, it's 3 hours long. It's worth your time. As I said, even if it just gets you out the house for a few hours,
Don't get a large Coke.
No.
it's worth your time.
More so than
Agreed.
Batman.
feel like
Yeah.
3 hours as well is the other thing. Like the
Was
pacing
Batman
was
3 hours? No.
two and something. Yeah.
Too long. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
it
that.
felt like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's as I said, it's going to be out for still a few more weeks. Go see it, folks. You won't be disappointed. So, okay. Let's move on. This made me laugh. India has just landed on the moon for less than it cost to make Interstellar.
But the price of the software that took them to make the computer graphics.
Yeah, good for them. They're what are they, like 50 years
swappers.
too late? Everybody else has
Is this
already
a-
done it.
Was this a true story? I thought this was just a joke.
Well,
Oh,
It's the internet.
the footage is a joke if you've seen it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's why I
it's-
thought it was a
it's-
joke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why everybody's laughing at them.
Did they start doing the Bollywood dance when they got on the moon? That would be interesting. That would be really
Yeah,
funny.
with the aliens.
That would be amazing.
It was the first probe to land on the dark side of the moon.
Oh.
Nobody saw it. Nobody can see it though. That's. I'm here all week.
That would be great if in that footage if they just like like they just started dancing. That'd be so good.
Yeah, it would. Really
Can you
would.
sing that again, please? man?
See, I always can count on Iceman to be my wingman when it comes to facts. You go, whole program costs 75 million,
Wow.
and I've been correct. Sorry, folks, I'm going to jump out the window, not the dark side.
Yeah. Well, I
Far
wouldn't be able to
side.
see it.
Sorry,
Sorry, hold on.
I
So, did people go up to the moon from India, or is it just a probe?
Probe.
Ah, well, that's not real, is it? For God's sakes. You don't walk on. Nobody walks on the moon from India. That's crazy.
No,
Well,
they don't.
the police did. Think about it. Drew Gordon, the moon's south pole, looking for water. Yes, water is the
course.
key to a base on the moon, folks.
Yeah.
I thought we had already established that there was no water on the
Yeah,
moon.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I
they
thought.
haven't looked in the dark side of the moon, have they? I mean, that's totally unexplored. That
Yeah,
side.
Pink Floyd didn't find anything either.
No,
Think
no,
about
they
it.
didn't.
You're here,
They didn't.
you're here all week. Yeah, I'm here all week, folks.
Oh,
Interstellar was
dear.
boring as mints, wasn't it?
Yep, it was boring
Yeah.
as ditch water. Let me
Yeah.
tell you,
I
it
was,
was
yeah,
really
I was
crap.
bored. I was
Yeah.
bored. watching that.
That ending was just shit. Just shit.
Love will find a way, folks.
God.
It was rubbish. The whole film was rubbish.
It wasn't a decent payoff, was it?
And then they were like,
No.
"This is in 70 millimeter. You have to see it in 70 millimeter." I sat there. I was like, "This is
Yeah,
70 millimeter. This is boring."
Yeah, I splashed out for the IMAX, and it's like, oh, fucking boring. Daisy Blossom Flower Child. Yes, this is it. Moonbase Space 1999.
Absolutely. That's a cute
We
cat.
should
by
be.
the way.
Yes.
Didn't happen in 1999 because the moon's still there. There you go.
Alternative timeline.
No, they brought
Yeah.
it back, Ian. They brought it back. They kind of went off
Right.
in around the galaxy and brought it back again. You were
Interstellar
asleep. You
was
didn't see
not.
it.
Yeah, Interstellar was not good, was it?
No, it wasn't. And
No,
even
it
though I liked the
wasn't.
actors in it, it was
Yeah,
so
bollocks.
boring.
Yeah.
It looks
I thought it was-
fantastic.
Yeah, it was good until that final, not good, but I enjoyed it until that last 30 minutes about with the love stuff. And then I was like, oh, you just undid everything that you were pushing towards like for the first 2 hours. Why would you do that? This is why people hate Anne Hathaway. Like
Yeah.
I hated the bit where he was in space and it was like space blinds that he could
Oh.
see, backwards in time. And I was just like, this is just rubbish. Come on, what the hell?
Here you go, Joe Darkness. Space 1999, yes, but we are likely to get Star Cops. Yes, Star Cops was excellent as well, but anyway.
I did
think
notice that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on.
I did notice that Thor: Love and Thunder said that Interstellar was a great way to explain interdimensional travel. When I
What did
was
they
watching
know?
that last night, and I was like, "Oh, this is also why people think women are dumb."
Here you go, folks. Sorry, chat moved up. Smilex, the Artses have a base on the moon. Yeah, they do.
Apparently so.
That's a good
Failed,
movie.
failed Australian painters army.
Hitler's there,
No,
isn't he?
Mr.
we didn't avoid that.
I
Mr.
saw Iron
Hilter,
Sky,
yes.
it's true.
Mr.
It's true.
Hilter,
I saw Iron
yes.
Sky. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, let's move on then.
Oh, are they
Oh,
making a sequel?
No, this dropped. I
No.
think this dropped yesterday or Friday, and I thought, no.
What's this?
Neil Blomkamp
Hmm.
says District 10 is on hold indefinitely.
Yeah.
I thought this movie just wasn't happening anymore because it's been
No, it got green lit.
They
Yeah,
don't
but
like him. Hollywood
it's
doesn't
been-
like him.
Yeah, it's been over 15 years since District 9 came out. And yeah, they canned him off of that Aliens.
Yeah, they
Alien
don't like
project
him.
as well.
Yeah,
So
they
what
don't
it
like
is, I don't like him.
They don't like him because he has more knowledge than most of them when it comes to filmmaking and special effects and stuff. They don't like him. It's the same thing with Spielberg. When Spielberg made Jaws, he didn't even get nominated. The film got nominated for best film, but he didn't get nominated for director. They kind of Hollywood doesn't like young people. Well, he's not young anymore, but when he started, he was young. That has that kind of power. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they're not going to give him money to make this at all.
He directed Gran Turismo.
Yep.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's doing. I'm actually gonna go see it. I think now because I really thought that film was just going to be like a Fast and Furious knockoff,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
the reviews have been very positive. So maybe because I enjoyed that series when I had a PlayStation, so
Mm.
be
Yeah, all right,
interested
good
to see
driving
how-
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah, I saw the trailer and I just
Is
didn't
it
sound
based on a true
cool.
story?
it
It
is.
is. Yeah.
So did he actually win in the true story in the real life?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, but I think it was not his first race that he won. I'm trying to remember what I had read about what was true from it, and like there's a part where he kills somebody, like a spectator or whatnot, and that part was real also. But that doesn't happen. That happens like later on. Like I think it happened after his big win. Plus, they in the movie. This is all from what I read from this article. They made it sound like he was the first student to come out of this like video game school or whatever, but he was not. He was like the third person to come out of it and everything.
Gotcha.
So,
but did they pick him because he was like from an ethnic minority group?
I don't know.
He was good at the game.
Yeah, this was before all that DEI bullshit. Yeah.
But his dad's black though in the film.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense, but anyway, such is life.
Whaleb Septus for $2 asks the question: Tarantino or Scorsese?
Scorsese. I don't like Tarantino.
Oh, boo.
Sorry.
I like Scorsese. I'm not trying to diss.
I like both of them, but I prefer Scorsese's work.
Yeah, same here.
So I just see a question like that, and I think automatically, like, what? Tarantino or Scorsese? What? To cook me dinner? What?
To massage your feet.
Yeah.
Oh, Bree's feet. Okay.
I'm gonna come to your house. All right.
Before you move on from this, did you see the bit? I think Discussing Film also posted it in the interview that this all came from. Apparently, Neil kind of lost his shit at the interviewer because the interviewer kept talking about, the Aliens project and this project, all these projects that you were dropped from. And he was just like, I don't know why we're talking about this. I'm here promoting Gran Turismo. Why are you asking me about projects that aren't even in development anymore? And he didn't like get angry, but it was just like he just stonewalled the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I think this interview is over now," and he just left.
Yeah, same thing with Tarantino when he was being interviewed, and they were saying, "What about the violence?" And he's like, "We're not here to talk about violence, Muffin. We're here to talk about Hateful Eight." And then he literally said, "I'm shutting you down now. I'm shutting you down. Bye." And he walked
there you
off.
Go. This is the hammer blow though. Dark Side of the Walk.
Oh, of course.
Rest in peace, Blomkamp RoboCop. That's the body blow, folks. That
he would have done a really good RoboCop.
Yeah, he even wanted Peter Weller as well.
Yeah, he would.
Sorry, Dr. Peter Weller.
He would have done a really.
It's a shame Hollywood doesn't like him. I don't think I've ever been disappointed by a Neil Blomkamp film.
Right on.
No, I haven't been. What's that? Elysium was okay.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was.
I've not seen. Is it Chappie? I've not seen that one.
Chappie's okay.
That was good.
Yeah, Chappie's okay. Yeah,
okay. It's okay. Yeah, I thought it was okay.
It's a fun film.
You know why they didn't make the Alien film?
Why?
With Sigourney Weaver and Blomkamp. You know why, don't you?
Why?
No, tell me.
Because we wished it.
Oh. We actually wanted it, and that Hollywood can't give us what we want.
No, I think it's
because
they didn't want it to clash with the Ridley Scott things. At the time, Ridley Scott was making Prometheus, and then he had the sequel to it tied up as well. They didn't want to mess with that dynamic, so that's why. But even now, they could give it to him, but they don't like him. I'm telling you, there's certain people, because what they figure is if they give it to him and it's a huge success, he'll grow in power, and I don't like that.
Well, he was going to do the Halo film as well. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Don't remind us.
He's the director equivalent of Cavill.
Yeah, maybe.
But he knows
about it.
He knows everything that need to know about special effects. That's his thing. So he would be perfect for any kind of movie, really.
I really want him to do the Gears of War film that Netflix is working on. I know Zack Snyder said that he wants to do it, and I'm just like, please don't let Rebel Moon be the start of some ridiculous 5-film contract that he has. I don't want to see him touch. Please, Neil Blomkamp would be, just with what he did with Chappie and then District 9, perfect for a Gears
really
film.
Loved District 9.
It's all to do with politics, though. At the end of it, doesn't matter how good a filmmaker is, right? If you're not playing the game, you're not playing the game. They don't want to know. That's Hollywood. But hopefully, all this crap will disappear because of the money that Hollywood is not making, and independent filmmakers will take over. Fingers crossed.
That's what we want.
May I do a super chat? Then I'll bring Paul in. Daisy Blossom Flower Child for $50. Thank you, my friend. Really generous super chats now. Thank you to the panel and chat for a lovely Sunday. Sorry, it's not real money.
It is in some part of the world.
Would you like a thank you, mommy, for that as well?
Yeah,
We can
go
throw
on.
that.
Please.
Thank you, mommy.
Hello, Paul. How was
Hey.
the roast?
Oh, it was brilliant. Perfectly done. Sirloin tip
Oh,
roast,
nice.
pommes frites, and Japanese style vegetables with
How
with
cool.
water chestnuts and a 2016
Oh,
Baco Noir.
Wow.
Nice.
You know how to
I-
live, Paul. You really know how to live, my friend.
we're not going to interrupt your digestion, are we? We're not going to upset your digestion. are we?
No, ate it slowly. It was nice. Listen, I've gotten to the point in my life where I deserve to treat myself like this. Right?
Yeah, you do.
Bo show.
No, this is really good. I hate this.
Drinking live on air, folks. Paul, we were just discussing Neil Blomkamp, probably the unluckiest director around. Hollywood doesn't like him, we think.
No. He's since District 9, I don't think his output has been as consistent. Really, honestly, I think I've always been somewhat disappointed with what he's done. The man can direct,
Yeah.
but somehow the projects haven't held together. I think Gran Turismo, getting away from the sci-fi genre, was the smartest thing that he could do, because Gran Turismo is perfect for him. It was great. Really enjoyed it.
So you would recommend Gran Turismo?
Well, okay. Yes, if you're a gearhead, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would do it. And it's the kind of movie that if you have a good relationship with your girlfriend or wife, I don't think they'll object to it, primarily because of the lead guy, Andre.
Orlando Bloom?
Pardon me, who? No, not Bloom.
Orlando Bloom? No? Okay.
I think he's gotten kind of wrinkly. He's okay. But the guy who's playing, what's his name?
David Harbour.
Harbour is fantastic in this.
Oh, wow.
He is absolutely killer in this. But the cast of, what is it?
Archie Madekwe?
Yes. I am predicting that he is going to become the first of the new generation movie superstars, like a real one.
Wow.
He is charming.
Yeah.
He's got a wonderful, seductive voice for a young man. Good looking, like to a fault.
Yeah.
And he's intelligent in the interviews. He just has everything. I mean, I'm not a woman, but I find him attractive. Now, my Argentinian business manager always hated it when I would say that. No, men can't be attractive. You're a fagola. You can't do that. No.
Jerry Halliwell's in this. I just saw.
Yes.
No.
And the
Spice
reason
Girl.
Hollywood is going to hate Gran Turismo, because Yan, who is the hero of this, actually has a family and does not have a single mother. Like, I don't know if Hollywood really can stand a movie with a family. Yes. Can you believe what? It's not a single mother, and the father and the son reconcile and have a hug at the end that actually caused tears in the audience.
Christ on a bike.
So this must explain why it has an August release then.
Yeah, Hollywood wanted to bury it.
Very good.
But Dion is fantastic as the father. I mean, what intensity he brings to that. Everyone plays second fiddle to the cars. Oh, and the last thing that I think they broke the rule. There were two girls who won in their category to enter the. If you haven't seen it, I don't care. To actually enter the finals to become a real racer, and none of the women made it through. Which
what?
Yes.
In the film, one of them made it.
No, in the film, none of them made it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Um,
this is shocking. This is
Well, yeah,
do
women
you know,
don't know
I
how
think
to
you've sold it to me.
drive.
This. Yeah.
women know how to drive. They
Mm.
tend not to have the stamina.
Yeah,
Or
or
the
you
ability
know.
to
I'm
park.
going to disagree very hard on
No, I said tend to. I didn't say
Tend to,
all
okay.
women don't.
Okay, just
You see very few women in the race car business.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
partly
Yeah.
because it's a sexist business. I'm not going to
may
disavow
I
that.
do a super chat to diffuse
sure.
the situation? Week 13. I wouldn't even let Zack Snyder direct Button Moon. That's for the Brits, everybody.
I
I
love
don't know
Button
that
Moon.
one.
Very good.
Button Moon's great.
I'm afraid of that movie he's done. No, speaking of badass girls who are 4 foot 90 pounds. Although apparently she looks in shape.
Yes. And on that bombshell, we'll move on.
Gina Carano, I believed her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Sigourney Weaver, you can
KK
believe her as
didn't.
well.
Yep, Sigourney Weaver was fantastic.
Oh god, what's her name in Linda Hamilton? You could believe her as well.
She had muscles, man.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
So, oh no, I like my women heroes.
Barbie has become the highest grossing movie of 2023 domestically. Go Vex.
I mean, okay, on a positive note, it's good to see that people are actually going to the movie theaters. On everything else, Barbie of all things, really?
Mhm. Yeah.
It was aimed for
God.
kids, wasn't it?
Sorry?
It was aimed for kids, and it was it's kids' holiday. So
Oh no, it's aimed for the wine chiller women.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is aimed at middle-aged single women
No,
specific.
but it's Barbie and girls buy Barbie dolls, and so on the outside it looks like it's aimed for children. That's why a lot of mothers took their kids
Yes,
to see
and
this.
even like the merchandise too, they had the
Yeah.
kids' clothing lines as well. Yes,
Yeah,
but
so
this movie is not for children at all. That was not
yeah,
a
I
good
can't comment.
idea.
Haven't seen
What
it.
about
Yeah.
grown-up children?
But I mean,
That's
it doesn't.
all that's
I
going on,
think
Barbie.
the reason why it's such a huge hit is because obviously all the normies thought it was for kids, so they took all their kids to the cinema, and
No.
also
No.
on
I
top of that,
don't agree.
yeah,
I think, and not to harp on this because you'll never invite me back, is that this is a pure Pinky movie about girly things. There's some political aspects to it, but it's the anti-Disney film. It's a film with women who like being girls and women and dressing up. Disney has completely destroyed that. They've decided that all women have to be men.
No.
I think it was disguised as a children's film
Yeah,
because when I was in the cinema, there was a huge queue, and majority of people who were waiting in the queue to see this film were mothers with kids holding their hands and stuff. And,
That's their choice.
Little girls and stuff.
Yeah.
And then right at the back was all the gay people. So there you go. So there you
See,
go. So,
the two cinemas I had gone to, there were maybe like 3 or 4 kids, but the rest of it was all women, and then there were a few guys in there that had come with their girlfriends or whatever.
Right.
But no, Paul, you're actually spot on in my opinion.
Well,
This
thank
is
you.
like
High
it's
praise.
pink, it's girly, and this is where the marketing was spot on because shoes, makeup, clothing, jewelry, anything
Mhm.
remotely girly that you can think of, WB went through with the marketing, and that's probably what sold this film more
one of
than
the
anything.
best marketing ones I saw in this one
For
was
sure.
was Kirk and Spock. You know, when Spock was dying.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
there,
yeah.
the
it was
Yeah,
Barbie
I think that's
box. I
great.
thought it was
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant.
Here you go, folks. Super chats from Peter Pidrak. I think we're going to go full screen. Bear with me.
There we go.
Bear with
Star
me.
Trek.
We're going to go full screen.
Oh, how cool!
There you
is that?
go.
Nice.
There you
Nice.
go.
Cool.
Who says I don't
Oh,
like
look
Barbie?
at that.
Yeah, I know.
Is
at
that
that.
Barbie as Yeoman Rand?
Yes, Barbie
Nice.
is Yeoman Rand.
Look at that.
Hmm.
All
That's
It's very cool.
fantastic.
Very cool.
pristine.
Oh yeah, I love this. This is great.
Want. Look at that, folks. You're welcome. Peter Pidrak for $2. Vex Rage. Now I'm scared. We all are.
This is the only movie I think I genuinely hate. Like, deep
Yeah.
down,
This
it
movie
gives me
sucks.
acid reflux. I fucking hate the Barbie movie. I can't believe that this made $1 billion. This is
I'm counting.
This movie is basically, it's brainwashing at its best. I'm convinced that
I
this was
agree.
a tool for brainwashing at this point, because everyone I've talked to that's a normie that has watched this film can't recall anything outside of the Barbie Land sets and Ken.
So you're very insightful there. So I was in the business marketing stuff like this. And what you have to do is, what you have to understand is you're analyzing it too much. The general public believe in brands.
Yes.
And they apply the brand to themselves. So they go to this to be part of the brand, not to be entertained or be part of the movie.
I agree with you 100%. That's why the marketing was perfect
Correct.
for this. Yeah.
Correct. The marketing told people what they're going to think, and that's what they did. And that's what was brilliant about it. And again, there's a look at all the women and girls that came in dressed in pink. As soon as that happened, you know that they were gone, and there was nothing you could do about it. That they're going to go in, pay their money, enjoy it at some level, and leave. Maybe even talk all the way through it.
On the third watch, maybe.
I love it when new people appear in the chats. Tiki of Doom. Depressing. Oof.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't take the lesson they learned from this with that whole extended universe, right? Because this
Yeah,
was
I agree.
definitely a one-off. If they
it's a one-off.
If they replicate it, they're not going to have anywhere near as much success. I'm even more scared for that Polly Pocket movie, because that's being
Right.
written by Lena Dunham.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
my daughter and I played Polly Pocket for hours.
Yeah.
I loved Polly Pocket as a kid. I had boxes and boxes and boxes of them. Like, you just give me a Polly Pocket and I'll be absorbed into that for literally an entire day. You don't have to do anything.
Hold on.
Bex,
So,
can I be? You don't have to answer this. Can I be upfront?
Go ahead.
How old are you?
I will be 32 soon.
Okay, so
What?
my daughter is 30. So that's what we did. It wasn't Barbie. It was Polly Pocket.
hold on. So Polly Pocket is a doll that's tiny, right? So in the film, is she going to be a midget or something?
No, it's going to be played by
If it's anything to do with Peter Dinklage, no. You're welcome.
No, but I'm just saying, how does it work then? If she,
So you know
she's
how-
going to come to the real world and shit on everything.
Honestly, they could, if they really wanted to, they could approach it the same angle here, where it's like, oh, every person has a Barbie doll, every person has a Polly Pocket kit, right? They could, but they're all little self-contained like toy lands with Polly Pockets. That's why you're right. It would be, but it's Lena Dunham, so
that's going to be brutal.
When she comes to the real world, she'll be tiny then. Is that what
no?
you're
But they're
saying?
not tiny in the minds of the kids playing with.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
it's
So
a
Polly Pocket, the Polly Pocket's advantage was
was small.
rather than setting up a giant 3-foot by 3-foot Barbie house, you had mini Barbie. It's much more compact. You could take it on trips. There was just it. That
Acid
doesn't mean
trips.
the world was any smaller to my daughter.
Yeah, and I have a 7-year-old, and Polly Pocket has changed a little bit since from the 90s.
They still sell it.
They do. They branded it very differently, and there's also a cartoon where Polly Pocket can shrink down. It's like almost like a superpower, if you will.
Wow.
So I don't think they're going with the classic Polly Pocket that you were talking about from the 90s. I think they're going with this modern Polly Pocket where she kind of saves the day by shrinking down.
Is it
into
going to be a reworking of Land of the Giants? Think about it.
Great.
They're going to shrink her to the point where she's part of the quantum realm.
Maybe.
Thinking
Oh,
man's
God,
joke.
no.
Vex, I think this is for you. Are you available, please?
I am, yes. Nikki Relihan for £5, not real money.
Real
To be
money,
fair,
folks.
Vex, some people are too stupid to be brainwashed, and I agree with that. That's why you have movies like this be successful. So agree.
Right. And this should be a lesson to Disney Marvel to, get their princesses back and return Star Wars and Marvel to the boys, which is what was their initial intent.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with
Right.
that.
Not at all. No.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Swappers, are you available, mate?
I am, sir. Hostman Socrates in the chat for $19.99, which is definitely not real money. Cue all the brainless idiots screaming, "The culture war is over!" It's easier to pander to a demographic than an ideology is designed for than it is to pander to a demographic with an ideology that calls them evil. And that picture's great, by the way.
It must have taken him ages to write "The culture war is over" like that.
Put it this way.
Salute you.
Anybody who demands that you care about them does not care about you.
Yes.
Yes, true. That is true.
Very true. Yeah.
Cough, Rachel Zegler, cough.
That's deep, folks. That's deep.
Rachel.
That's what I come for. That's what I'm here for the deep
They've got a really good opportunity here with Polly Pocket. Surely, in the current societal climate, they could make that a really good movie about pickpocketing and looting, surely.
That would be good. That would be
That's
really good.
Thinking Man's joke. Lots of Thinking Man jokes this evening. Very
I
good.
used to write for a Las Vegas pickpocket.
Nice.
Not joking. He'd write jokes because he couldn't write jokes himself. He learned how to pickpocket because he was a diplomat in India. And when he was a kid, he went onto the streets of Calcutta and they taught him how to pickpocket. And he was the most brilliant pickpocket I have ever seen in my life. But he had a mean show and he needed mean jokes. So I wrote for him for a year. All
It was
these
good,
mean jokes.
good with his fingers, yes. Very
Oh!
light fingered.
He could take a strapless bra off a woman and she wouldn't know.
Nice.
Get out of here.
Not joking. So he would bring up all these people in Las Vegas, put them onto the stage, and then he would be, shaking their hands and things like that. And by the time, he was finished, he just looted everybody of their watches, their wallets. And if the women were wearing strapless bras, he would come, he would then, lift up a bra, who owns this? And and
he wouldn't do it anymore, would he? Me Too and all that.
No, they still do it. No, I think he still does the act. And he also went out before the show started, went to the people in line and stole a whole bunch of shit from them. And then just at the very end, once he dismissed everybody from the stage, you would have this table and he goes, "Okay, whose wallet is this? Peter Edwards." And people, "It's mine."
Jeez.
I mean, he did
only in Vegas, folks.
Never. And he was someone who also advised the police about pickpockets in airports and stuff like that. And he could pick them out in a second.
Wow.
He would go to an airport and goes, "Okay, that's a pickpocket."
Is as good as Haley Atwell, though.
Let's move on that. Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Blue Beetle.
Bob Arnault. His name was Bob
failed.
Arnault.
Yeah, Blue Beetle. I'll start again. The Blue Beetle failed because it was raining, folks.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains that.
Raining men.
Not
Explains
raining
that
men.
then. Yeah.
Storm Hillary. Can you believe it?
It's not because of the film, obviously. Because
Yeah.
the film was brilliant, apparently. So, yeah.
Well, the storm is Hillary came all the way here to Canada too, I think. No, it didn't. No, sorry.
Yeah.
You can tell that picture's fake because there's a curvature on the earth.
Thinking Man's joke, everybody. Lots of Thinking Man's jokes tonight.
Wow.
Nikki Relihan, Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is the first pickpocket she was.
Yeah.
So is this a function of superhero saturation? I have a theory. I'll mention it later.
I think this is less superhero saturation and just shite film saturation.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Go on, Catty.
Oh, this movie is just it was
You enjoyed it though.
It was fine. It was just okay. It was a big ball of meh. It was, a paint by the numbers superhero movie.
Yeah.
But plenty of representation, and it was just it was nothing special. I mean, plenty of movies have done it better. So that's why it failed. And I'm sorry, but and people want to say that it's because of marketing. I'm sorry. This is a character that nobody was interested in, that nobody knew anything about, and of course nobody's going to go see this movie. They should have put it on HBO Max where they originally were going to, and they didn't, and they failed. And I don't feel bad
Just
for
a
them in
waste
the
of money,
slightest.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we just move on?
Yep.
I can't remember where we're going, but okay. Warner Brothers and Disney have been under-reporting their budgets. Add 50 to 150 million per movie to Flash, Aquaman 2, Indy 5, Marvel Phase 4 and 5. So much more. This is Nerdrotic who said this, Gary. They're hemorrhaging, which I can't say, money.
What a surprise.
Yeah, but I mean, and don't they do this for every movie? They kind of
They
fudge
do.
the numbers and stuff. And,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean,
Did
it's
I
not
read-
a surprise. It's not
Did
a
I
surprise.
read somewhere that The Flash has been taken off HBO?
Yep, it's going to streaming services in the next couple weeks.
I saw it on streaming. I saw it on. Yeah, I saw it on. I believe HBO, Crave here in Canada. That's where I saw
So
it.
yeah, that means it must be on HBO then.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just saw it recently.
Mhm.
No,
I'm writing my review on it now.
Yeah, I read that they are taking it off streaming because nobody's watching it.
No.
I
Nah.
don't know.
Why would you do that?
It wouldn't benefit them if they did that.
Yeah.
It's a perfect streaming movie. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of money in it. This is a movie where, compared to Shazam, you can tell the money that's on the screen with this one, but it's got lots of problems.
Mm.
Igor folks, channel favourites. Velma Dinklage in the chat. Mr. Brown lights me. Hemorrhaging.
Hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Hemorrhaging. I can't say it.
Hemorrhaging.
Oh, don't rub it in. Did everybody see The Flash?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember you saying this was going to be the hit
I
of
know,
the year.
famous last words. Stupid things happen, but
This
was just
movie
average.
suffers from what a lot of movies I've been watching lately suffer from, and that is an opening act that has got nothing to do with the plot, and all they're doing is setting up characters.
Yeah.
It's it's driving me nuts. This is something that a lot of movies are doing. I'm actually writing a video just on this. I mean, if you even movies like War Games, where the beginning didn't have anything to do with the plot, but the character's skill set did. So it slowly moved into the.
Well, you mean the guy who played Ferris Bueller? You mean that film, War Games?
Yeah. So the thing is, and he was the cause of his own problem, which is the very best writing in a
really?
story.
I thought the beginning was to show you what it takes to actually turn the key, to actually have the responsibility as a human being to turn the key, and that's why it was so important to the rest of the movie. I thought it was connected to the because the whole idea was that they wanted to take away that responsibility from the human beings and put it in the whopper.
No, but that's the overarching theme. I'm just talking about the journey of the protagonist.
Oh, I see.
That he started off hacking his grades in school.
Yeah.
So there's a direct relationship to the setup with then when the plot kicks in and all the other things.
Yeah.
But this movie, Shazam starts with a big bridge scene, which just shows everybody flying around and doing shit. And it has nothing to do with the plot.
Are you talking about Flash?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Shazam with the bridge scene. And then Flash starts with the building collapsing and the ground opening up scene with Batman going after some crooks that have nothing to do with the plot. This is a disease of a lot of modern writing. They're just setting up characters.
Here you go, folks. Jay Goodwin. Brownie that's me. Recommends The Flash and loves Brie. I think we've established a baseline for taste.
I actually thought
Bad
that when he
taste,
lost his
yes.
powers, it became an interesting movie because there was consequence.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
thought
agree.
so too. And I think I agree with you because that beginning sequence really, if they took that out, wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. But I think they
None.
just wanted to show the action, didn't they?
That's
so you
right,
can get
that's-
into it. Yeah.
Yep, that's the studio notes. Let's
Yeah.
start with some action, okay?
Ezra's acting got better and better throughout the film.
It did. You're absolutely right.
Mm.
Yep. No, you're right. That's true.
Occasionally,
He's still not
I
my
am.
Flash, but he
No,
did
it's
get
not
there.
mine.
The-
I prefer the TV
Uh,
version.
They really should have cut that opening scene though with the babies after
Oh.
what he was doing out in the real world. That was
Completely agree with you,
uh,
Max. Absolutely.
quite odd.
Okay.
Dumbest
Shall-
thing in the world.
And also, they're all in love with Wonder Woman when Wonder Woman turned up.
I'm in love with Wonder Woman. She's hot.
Don't take us there again, Matt.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I have to like her. She's Jewish.
Everybody enjoys a table with figures. So this is to do with the
That's
Writers Guild of America.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
sarcasm? I actually do enjoy tables.
Okay. Moving swiftly on. I think is it the WGA has proposed a percentage of what they will be happy with. It says there 0.18. And there's just a big list of how much the studios make and the annual revenue.
Hold on, are they coming to an agreement? The actors, writers, and the
I
and
don't think they
companies?
have. This is still on, I do
Yeah, they
believe.
haven't.
This is
yeah.
like a proposed thing so far, but yeah, nothing,
Mhm.
nothing
And-
solid yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if I don't know anything about all this stuff, but is 0.18%, is that measly or is that big? I don't know all of this stuff, so
So this table is just a breakdown of what the annual revenue is for these, and then
Mhm.
what if they go with the 0.18% of annual revenue, how much that will cost each of these major studios every
Oh,
year.
gotcha.
So like
Right.
if you look at the first line, so Disney's
Does-
annual revenue is 82.7 billion. So that percentage share would be roughly 72 million every
Does
year.
Warner Brothers even have $45 million to give them? At this point, I'm all like, I don't think they have that. So,
Warner
Yeah,
Brothers
and-
is a massive entity.
well, and I have a question about Netflix on here because Netflix is not a part of that little studio thing, are they? What's it called? They have the worst acronym. I can't remember what it is, but are they a part of that or are they their own?
They're not, but all the producers are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because I
They're
saw this.
signatories. They're
Okay,
signatories
okay.
to the agreement.
The thing
Here
is,
you go,
though,
folks.
if they don't agree with the writers, and what's going to happen if the studios
Oh, yeah.
fight it
Sorry.
out towards Christmas? What are they going to do? How are they
Watch
going to?
Rebel Moon.
I mean, they've got no power really when you think about it. I mean, all the studios have to do is let's forget about them. Let's get some actors not part of the union to make our movies, and then that'll be
Right.
that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
it
just
doesn't-
have to say that I do have a movie I just finished writing a month ago that is being shopped around. So
Nice.
I'm
Look.
available. and I'm writing another one now.
Ian's a
Just-
director. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
A real
Yeah.
life movie director.
I am
Yeah.
indeed.
You're welcome, by the way. Okay.
Cheers, matey.
But we'll have to talk.
Yeah, you guys
So-
could bundle it up and take it to a studio. You just need
0.18 doesn't
stars.
seem a lot, so
No, it doesn't.
anyway.
But as I said, the star system doesn't work anymore in Hollywood.
That's true.
Nobody's rushing to the cinema to see anyone. I think it all depends on how good the film is and word of mouth. So if the studios really want to screw them all, they'll just hold on until they can't do anything.
I'm going to go
That's
see
true.
Gran Turismo purely on Paul's recommendation, and the drinker liked it as well.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to see it because of Paul and the drinker.
Yeah.
and I think didn't Dave Cullen say it was good as well? I can't remember. Somebody else
Pass.
said it was good.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We'll give the final word to Take My Wi-Fi, please. A table. Look at that. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. suck it in. Let's move on.
Oh, whoa! What are we sucking? Oh.
Oh, stop
Well,
that, Vex.
Perlman is a very, very left-wing actor. Like, he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Plus, he
Well-
he just says like the most random shit. Like, he's very angry. Like, I thought I was angry. He's a very angry person about a
He's
lot of.
yeah, the poster child for TDS
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
It does look mean, though.
Yeah.
I will say, Melvin, yes. Is he? You say he's extreme left, so
Oh, yeah.
he wants the money to be distributed to everybody.
Well, I mean, he's in the Mark Ruffalo category of rich Hollywood actors that don't want to distribute their own money.
But everybody else is.
Yes, correct.
Gosh,
Like
so
Lily
tough.
Allen, that was screaming about
Yeah.
letting immigrants into the UK. And then I remember a reporter said, "So how many
Yeah.
immigrants are you letting into your mansion?" And she just shut up.
Mm.
Even,
That was a great line. That was a
Yeah.
fantastic moment.
her partner is also on the socialist wave as well, David
Yep.
Harbour. He's
Yep.
been very vocal about that too. The only difference with Ron Perlman is that he'll just post these really unhinged videos compared to all these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I used to like him a lot, but then he just started doing really weird shit, and I'm all like,
Yep.
this is so off-putting that I don't even like.
Well, you know what? Listen, I spent time in Hollywood. The vast majority of them are like this. They just need to stop talking.
That's
that
exactly
is
what I
true.
said.
That is true.
They need to do their job, shut up, and then do the next job and
And-
shut up. That's what
And
they
I'm
need to
not
do.
saying that people shouldn't get paid for their work and, get
Yeah.
residuals and stuff, but I do want to say, like, when you get hired for a movie, and I can't remember who said it, but you signed the best deal at the time. And I'm sorry, but Ron Perlman, if you make, let's say he makes 10 million a movie, I'm sorry, you got your 10 million. You
Yeah,
didn't sign for
exactly.
anything else. Move along. I'm sorry. This is why you need to negotiate this stuff. And if you don't do it at the time, then I'm sorry, but shit happens. And maybe next time you'll get him, kid. But until then,
I suppose it's connected to using his image and all that stuff, perhaps.
right on. Yeah, I don't agree with the AIs, all the AI stuff, unless it's like, some of it I kind of agree with, but most of it I don't. But yeah, this is
Also, on Instagram, it seems really wrong that they're all people are picketing and all that. They're all doing these Instagram things, all smiling, holding the plaques and everything. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels wrong.
It
really
is,
does.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're
Well, you sit
I
by
wasn't
now,
saying
don't
anything
worry.
special.
Shall we move on then, folks? Shall we move on?
Yeah.
He's got a strange face. Sorry.
It's Ron Perlman.
I know.
Great
He used to
as
be
hell.
Beauty and the
Hellboy,
Beast.
fantastic.
Do you know he used to be in Beauty and the Beast, that TV show?
Oh my god, I love that show. I
With,
love that show. It's so
with-
good.
The girl
Hellboy,
from
though,
Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hellboy.
He was great as Hellboy.
He was
Yeah,
great
he
as
was.
Hellboy, yeah.
Incredible,
Agreed.
incredible,
I
yeah.
wish they would have made that a third movie to
Yes,
cap that one
yes.
off, but
Charles Martinet. Is it Martinet?
yes.
Martinet.
Yep.
Will no longer voice Mario and other characters. He will stay at Nintendo in the role of Mario Ambassador.
Did they say why he won't do other characters? Is it
He's
just
white.
Well, just look at his face
Well, I mean like Chris
and
Pratt
his age.
did.
Yeah,
But
Chris
he can still do voices. I mean, like, there's so many voice actors out there that do so many of the smaller characters and stuff, and they do such a good job. I don't see why they wouldn't want him to do voices. I'm pretty sure he's a lot cheaper than, say, Chris Pratt. No offense to Chris
Yeah.
Pratt, but so it seems like a weird, especially with the video games. If I play a Mario video game, I don't want to hear Chris Pratt. I would prefer to hear this guy as Mario, what I know as Mario.
Yeah,
To
I've not
be
seen.
fair, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, don't be
No,
fair. That's
no.
weird.
Go.
Just to throw it in there, he might not be live recording it anymore, but for all we know,
Oh,
they
that's a
have
good
an
point,
AI
yeah.
sampling of him,
Yeah.
right?
That's a
Ah,
good
okay,
point. That makes you make an
yes.
excellent point. Okay, fine. Be fair.
Here you go, folks. I did not know. Bank of Hostman. G.R.R. Martin wrote Beauty and the Beast.
Well, maybe that's why I like it so much. I love that show.
Yeah,
I remember watching it.
obviously he's not one of your filthy cannoli eaters, so he's not allowed to do this, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just retiring. That's all. That's why he's
Yeah.
not. Disney here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Princess Fiona at Mr. Brown Lights. That's me. Gonna talk about Disney's stock price. I got a slide for it, but for some reason I haven't put it in.
Oh, right
Thank
on.
God.
Stock price.
We all know the tanked anyway. Okay.
It did tank.
What is it at now? It's like $84, right?
Something
It
like
was
that. Yes, it
last
just keeps
batch.
going
True.
down and
True.
down and down. Self-inflicted. But anyway, shall we
Yeah,
move on?
I almost bought Disney stock one time.
What?
Yeah, I had like a little bit of an influx of cash, and I was like, "Oh, I should get in the stock market." But then I was like, "I don't understand any of this," so I bailed. Like,
Should have. Paul, did you ever buy any Apple stock?
I had a chance. I didn't, but I did buy AMD stock, and it's done extremely well.
yeah,
God, I wished I'd bought Apple stock back in the day.
I told my wife when it was at $12 when Gates showed up at the meeting. I was at the presentation where Steve Jobs introduced Bill Gates, who announced that he was going to put $150 million into Apple. And then I went home. I said, we should buy some Apple stock. And she said, we have no money. And I went, you're right. So what can you do?
that's how it
And
goes.
on that bombshell, let's move on.
Oh yeah,
What's this?
This. Go on,
Who's-
Catty.
Who's
Vex is getting excited.
Yeah.
She's welcome to
Oh.
ASMR with Vex Electronica.
I'm wearing the gaming headset, so I don't.
You
I have no
setter
perception.
bastards. I hate the lot of you.
upset
This
about the
is
Spiderwick Chronicles,
shite.
are we?
It's no longer
Vex, care to read this article?
Sure.
Yes.
The Spiderwick Chronicles reboot is no longer moving forward at Disney Plus due to cost-cutting reasons. The series is already completed and will be shopped to other studios.
Wow.
Deadline.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm looking forward to the Spiderwick Chronicles. I read those books with my nephew, and I really liked them a lot. So, and that movie wasn't too bad. But
Never saw it.
I was the whole. I'm just like, if it's finished, man, you guys really must be hurting if you're selling
Well,
off series that are already done.
Disney ruins everything.
Is that,
That is a good point. They could ruin it 100%.
is that the kid from
Yes.
Finding Neverland?
No.
No, I think it's the Willy Wonka.
Kid,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was Willy Wonka as well. Yeah. So does that mean that this series has been done for over 10 years?
No, that kid was in the movie. That's from the
Movie.
movie. Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Here you go, folks. Nikki Rellahan. Looks like
Shrek meets Harry
Shrek.
Potter.
Yeah, there's no school in there. It's just he lives in a house. There's magical creatures. I'm not gonna get into it, but the books were fun. They're really an easy read. There's like 8 of them. It'll take you like a whole. You could read them all in a day if you really wanted to.
Why are they not? What is the reason? Do we think then?
Money.
Yeah, I think it's money. They don't. They you
Well,
know.
it's finished, isn't it?
No, but they need to sell it to
Yeah.
other to make money.
Yeah.
It's
Just put
more
it on that
profitable
platform.
if they sell
Yeah.
it to a network as opposed
Yeah.
to keep it on their own stream.
Oh, so they're really, really desperate for money then, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've got to be really poor if they need to sell off a show that's already done. I'm like, that's crazy.
I wonder if we're gonna get another update on Disney Plus subscriber numbers soon.
Cheers,
Because this
Pom
must
Pom.
mean that they're hemorrhaging even more viewers if they're a completed series isn't even going there first anymore.
They lost over 300,000 last quarter.
Does
Oh, yeah.
do you guys, do any of you still have Disney Plus by any chance?
I
still have
the
it.
Seas of India for all Disney content.
Okay, because I'm never gonna get rid of it. They have Bluey on there, and my kids love it.
Babysitter.
and-
Here you go. Iceman Hulu deal repercussions.
What Hulu
Yes.
deal?
Oh yeah, this is a mess.
Yeah.
So
What's the Hulu deal?
do you know anyone know? So what happened is that in the purchase of Fox, Disney got a share of Hulu that was partly owned by Comcast, and Disney has to divest itself of Hulu because or buy it out completely.
Mhm.
And what's happening is that it's growing greater in value, and they now owe Comcast more money than they can afford to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, boo
Silence.
hoo. Yeah, boo for them. I don't feel bad for them.
No, it's a mess. It's really, really a bad situation for Disney. They're caught between a rock and a hard place on this.
Well, they're going to have to sell the family silver.
Yeah,
Or the Spiderwick Chronicles.
or ESPN. There's a lot of things that are happening anyway in the cable. There's going to be a huge shakedown as all the different, especially sports properties, come up for sale, and yeah,
Well,
it's
They didn't
going to
do the
be
cricket,
crazy
did
out
they?
there.
Yeah. Okay. Here you go, Professor R2. This is where we need Z. 25 billion.
For what?
Billion.
I guess that's what they owe for Hulu, or
It's a large amount. It's not that,
Jeez.
but
Hmm.
yep.
Still a lot of money,
Comcast is looking for a giant payday, and Disney does not have the money to pay them.
Do you think the Disney just basically buying everything was a bad business model?
Oh, yes.
Well,
sounds like it.
It was
Asset
bad
stripping.
from a cash flow perspective. It was also bad from the perspective that Disney lost its what it was
Way.
about.
Yeah.
It couldn't in some ways Pixar, no, maybe not so much Pixar, but Marvel and Lucasfilms poisoned the well for them.
Hmm.
They completely lost sight of who they were as Disney.
Yep. I agree.
Agreed.
Here you go. Professor follows it up. It's rumored to be between 15, what year is everybody? 15 and 25 billion
That
dollars.
they owe Comcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
A lot
They've
of
only got
money.
themselves to blame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Fox purchase was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, they wanted the remaining rights to a lot of the Marvel properties, like Fantastic Four. Hulk, I
X-Men.
think, is partly owned by Universal, so there's
Yes.
still
Yeah.
some issues around that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why. Oh, that's why. Real quick side note. That's why I don't understand why everybody thinks Bob Iger is just this super smart guy. I'm like, all he did was just spend money and made bad decisions that are now the repercussions of those
Everybody
decisions.
else's money.
Yeah,
not
and I'm
his.
like, now they're coming to a head, and I'm just like, and everybody still calls him Daddy Iger, and I'm like, I don't know, and it sounds like he was not very smart with his purchasing power. But
Just go back being a weatherman. That's what you should do.
Speaking of purchasing power, Kat, are you available, mate?
of course I am, from Nikki Relihan for £10, which is
Real money.
apparently real money.
It is.
Anyways, I'm putting up those quotations. I would love Matt Cat to do the scene from Spider-Man 2 when Doc Ock goes, "Listen to me now," in the way only he can. I'll work on filming it.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Nikki. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Disney's in the shitter. Well, we know Disney's in the shitter, but it's self-inflicted, isn't it?
Although wherever they put that Spiderwick Chronicles, I'll watch it. I love those books.
Don't
this
forget.
is-
Don't make fun of the pound, because that's how they fund the that's how the UK fund the West Yorkshire Police.
Nice.
Just want to say
Careful, I live in West Yorkshire. Careful.
they're a
Just-
fine group.
Doesn't
Just
They are.
don't tell
They
the
are.
short-haired one they look like a dyke, and you're fine.
Yeah, she looked like my ex-girlfriend, but moving on.
She looked like Justin Bieber. It was
Yes, she
ridiculous.
Spitting image for my
A
ex-girlfriend. but
prepubescent
anyway,
Justin
let's-
Bieber.
let's move on.
Don't hurt a
Okay.
Canadian here. Watch it.
Jurassic Park
Mm.
earns 1.7 million in the film's return to theatres for its 30th anniversary. It's out in the UK this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and see it. Book my ticket already.
Yeah, I had friends that went and seen it. I was so jealous. I saw this when it came out opening day with my dad and my brothers. It was
Oh.
great, and I was like, "Oh, we should do it again," but I found out about it too late. So
In fact, I saw this film, and then straight after this film, I had to take my nieces and my cousin to see Mario Brothers, because they both came out at the
good
same
for
time.
you.
So
right on.
Mario Brothers is rubbish, but this film was good.
I don't understand why the studios don't do this on a regular basis.
Agreed.
Like, what's the harm?
Yeah,
But they are doing it. Enter the Dragon was played, because that was I think it was the 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon in the cinema recently.
Okay.
But they are doing it. They're doing it.
They
a
did
lot
it
now.
with the Dark Knight trilogy as well before
They
Oppenheimer.
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
all the Batman films are coming out again
Yeah.
in the UK.
Mm.
yeah. This is such a good idea. They should keep doing this.
I
Forever.
want to see Starship Troopers back on the big screen again.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah.
soon.
I
want to see.
love that movie.
I want to see.
I do too.
What is it?
Great
Wrath of
movie.
Khan, when they released that. I think it was, I don't know how many anniversary was that, but when they released that, the cinema was packed.
40th.
It was
Yeah.
packed.
They released the first Star Trek movie not too long ago, and it pulled in $5.6 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
People want to see real films. That's the thing. So.
They do. I think this is a great idea. I mean, if someone pulled out The French Connection right now and stuck it in the theater, I'd go see it.
Yeah.
Here you go, Iceman. My theatre is doing Flash Gordon and Universal Soldier re-release. Oh, nice.
Oh, I love those two.
The one
films.
with Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah,
Yep.
the first one.
Mm.
That was a good.
I saw Flesh Gordon. That was fun.
Got to always remember that on the video shelves, in the video store. Yeah.
Right next to Flash. Get mixed up.
Old Boy the Korean version got a re-release as
Yes.
well. I think
Oh
this
my
past
God,
week, and
yeah.
it surpassed the original Western release.
Yeah, I love
Intake.
Old Boy. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so
Yeah.
people do want to see it. So I agree. This is a great. There's a ton of movies that I wasn't even alive for that I wish I could have seen on the
Right.
big screen. So
Lawrence of Arabia is spectacular.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
Of it-
it is. 70 mil.
Obviously, the cinemas took a big hit with the Coof.
Yep.
I genuinely, well, they actually show when the cinemas started opening again, they were playing old films.
yeah,
I genuinely don't understand why they don't show old films as part of the entertainment full time.
I think it depends where you are. Like for me, where I am in the outskirts of Toronto, at least it's not regular, but I know that there's a lot of theaters in Toronto that will regularly play older films as
Yeah.
part of their
Second
lineup.
run.
Yeah,
There's
So, it's
there's
more-
that one theater on Roncesvalles.
there you go.
That does-
Okay, so quick question.
I didn't know you were a Toronto girl. Welcome to the HUD.
Unfortunately.
Okay, quick question. This is for the chat as well. Panel, if there was one film you could rewatch in the theatre on the modern projectors, blah, 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 which would be Catty?
Oh man, you came to me first. Can I just have 1 second to think?
One. Okay.
Yeah, just give me one. No, I take it back. I'll say Maltese Falcon because I love that movie so much, and I
that's a
remember
great movie.
I remember the first time I watched it with my twin brother. It was like a Friday night. We watched it on Turner Classic Movies, and I've loved that movie ever since. So I would say that movie. It would just feel like very old timey. So that's
Blade
the
Runner's
first thing
coming
off the
in.
top of my head.
Vex?
I have a couple.
Wow.
Blade
Old
Runner's
Boy
coming in
was
hot
one
here.
of them.
Oh
So
my god, I love
thankfully-
Old Boy.
Yeah, thankfully that got a re-release. I wish I could have seen Blade on the big screen. I was
Oh,
too young
yeah.
for that. And I would also like to see probably either oh god, what's his face? The 1992 Dracula or Bela
no, don't
Lugosi's
shit.
Dracula on the
Yeah.
big screen.
Mm,
One of those two.
fantastic.
Paul, your selection?
Wow. What a terrible thing to I mean, Blade Runner would be an obvious one.
Yeah.
But I'll I want to do something a little bit left field. I'm going to pick The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
that's a-
fantastic
yeah.
movie.
The original.
The
Yeah.
original, yeah.
The original
Wow.
black and white with Michael Rennie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Klaatu.
Klaatu Barada Nikto. Yes.
That's it.
Ian, obviously Bad Day, but any others?
Apart from Bad Day. No, I actually went to see Casablanca when it was released in the cinema.
Oh,
I love
wow.
Casablanca. I'm loving that. After I saw that film, I literally went to the store and brought it on Blu-ray. So I've got it on Blu-ray now. But Casablanca on the big screen, even though it was shot in 4:3, looked absolutely fantastic. It was a great digital thing they showed, and plus Close Encounters is one of my favorite films I saw on the big screen as well. So those two movies I'd love to see again on the big screen. So there you go.
Swaps.
I'd have to say, because I was too young to see it in the cinema at the time, absolute amazing sci-fi classic, Silent Running.
Oh, fantastic! Great movie.
Yeah,
Although
I
the
love that
special
movie.
effects haven't aged well, the story's incredible. The
Yeah.
sound
It's good,
and the
yeah.
acting.
You were doing Louis, so there you go.
Heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. And the other one, which was almost as classic, was Spice Girls.
Oh my God, I love the
Ooh.
Spice Girls. I
Spice
love
Girls
the
are
Spice
amazing.
Girls.
I would pay to see that again. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
I went to their very last concert with my daughter.
Oh my
Cool.
gosh, yeah. Yeah, I saw
wow.
them. I saw them in concert too, but it was after Jerry had left the first time. Yeah.
Aqua just announced that they're doing a reunion tour.
Shut
actually.
up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I'm waiting for. I missed Nightwish coming to Toronto. Any Nightwish fans out there?
I'm a casual Nightwish listener.
Really?
Yeah.
I like operatic metal. I tend to like.
It's an
operatic.
interesting blend. It works though for some. There's another band similar to Nightwish. I think they're based out of Finland.
I know who you're gonna say. I know who you're gonna say. Go on.
What's the name?
Ghost.
Is it Ghost?
I'm not sure. I think it's Ghost. They are.
I don't know.
off-white.
There's another one that does a very similar sound to Nightwish. They also do it very well. The name escapes me though right now.
Here you go, folks. Smilex, Lord of the Rings extended cuts coming back.
Yep. They've had quite a
Nice.
few re-releases for Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
so
I watch that
extended.
once a year.
Yeah.
So the extended versions, what are they, like 3+ hours? They're going to be
Yeah,
shot in
they
the
are.
cinemas. Is that right?
it's like 4 hours, the extended
Yeah.
cut.
They're great.
Oh, I'm
though.
so going. I'm so going.
Tom says Lordy.
Jaws
Name
was
one
good when they
Eurovision,
re-released
yeah.
that in the cinema. Jaws, it was.
Yeah.
Really good. I saw it in
Oh.
3D.
Too scary.
Jaws.
I saw The Thing when it was reissued. Fantastic
that was great.
Fantastic on the big screen.
Amazing.
Okay, shall we
Sorry.
move on? You
Yes.
will be. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's this then?
The
Oh,
voice of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catty?
It's Arlene Sorkin. She was the original voice of Harley Quinn.
I see.
Yeah, and she was great as Harley Quinn. But she died, unfortunately. I love that show. I remember every day coming home from school and watching it, and Harley Quinn was great. Love that character. I have a daughter. She loves that character. She only gets to watch the Batman animated series because the rest of the stuff is too adult for her. But she was great. She was it's a bummer. Well, we all die, but it's a bummer that she
We
died.
do.
Yeah.
Mr. J.
She's very young though, only 67.
That is very
What?
young. Yeah, it's crazy.
Complications due to lung cancer. That's why she passed away.
That's
Smoker,
not,
perhaps.
Yeah.
that's not good.
Here you go. Gui Ramos, legendary voice acting.
I was reading that apparently they cast her in the animated or whichever first as Harley Quinn before the character had been like fully fleshed out in the comics. Is that true?
Yeah,
It was great for the cartoon, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Harley
she
Quinn.
started in the cartoon. That's where she got her.
But like
origins.
she was a lot of like she had a lot of just her voice alone and how she portrayed the character had a lot of influence on how she turned out in the comic books.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Quinn Huan. That's good. I like
Rest in
that.
peace, Quinulon. Okay, so rest in peace then, yes?
Rest in peace. Yeah, that's so
Arlene
sad.
Sorkin, is it Sorkin?
That's how I say it. Sorkin. Yeah.
They're all going.
That's
Great
true.
set of pins, but shall we move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get in the bin.
Pins to bins. I was struggling this week. As I said, it's been a very, very slow news week. Struggling for stuff to go in the bin. So
Zack
all I
Snyder should have gone in the bin, in all honesty.
Hold on. What about the? Did you not pick the kiss thing with the? Ladies
that
World
was. I
Cup
think
thing?
that I did do the slide for the Spanish football, but I thought that was a bit of a.
Yeah.
That was too hot to handle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Don't have a go at me, folks. But all I could think was.
Is it Tom Cruise?
No. Well, all I could think was.
Oh, God.
I mean, that just
The
sucks.
Dune Part 2 to go in the bin purely because.
Why is it going in the bin?
Because they're not releasing it. We've got to wait another 6 months.
We do have to wait. Yeah, that is a bummer.
Mm.
Is it just because they can't? You think it's just because they can't market it and stuff? They can't have the actors talk about it and stuff.
Yep.
Yes, but I just go like, yeah, I don't know. How long do they think this strike is going to go on? They have to end it soon, right? I mean, they're losing so much money.
Yeah, well, the studios are losing money anyway, even before this thing happened. So, I think they're cleaning house, aren't they? They really are using an excuse to get rid of people.
Sorry, Iceman.
I don't know.
I saw a rumor that they're just dragging it out because there's a lot of contracts that will expire between now and December.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to drag it out.
Oh dear! So they went on strike at the wrong time, and ultimately they're shooting themselves in the foot.
When this started, a lot of people were saying, this will probably go until the end of the year, at the very least.
So it's going to be a slow news week every week until December. Jesus. Sorry, folks.
You didn't add it into your slides, but Snow White might be pushed back now as well. Because it was supposed to come out March 22nd, but now with Dune getting pushed to March 15th, I suspect because of the competition, they're worried that film won't make any money. So the rumor is that Snow White is getting pushed back as well.
Well, I can tell you, I can promise you right now that movie is not going to make any money.
It's
no
not
matter
coming
where they
out.
Go. Yeah.
There you go, Iceman. Like Gary said, it's a purge. Yes, a self-inflicted purge.
I actually believe that, because they're insidious, man. Those people who run those studios, I'm telling you now, they really are.
Yeah. Okay.
This strike is only affecting Hollywood, though, right? So international markets
Well, it's
are fine.
affecting this stream because we've got nothing to talk about.
Right on.
Well, now we got to just start going international with what we watched. So
that's true. That is true. Yeah.
So again, apologies. I'm struggling for the in the bin, but having to wait 6 months.
It's really going to be interesting because if this strike goes beyond Christmas, then nobody's going to turn up at Cannes, are they? It's only going to be French and England and stuff, and the Americans are not going to be there. That's going to be interesting. So
we'll give the final word to Amelia Bedelia. It's a culling of ideologues.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if any of you need any, K-dramas or Bollywood movies to help you, I can give you a list. I watch all that shit.
Drew Gordon, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Really? What would you recommend then, Kat?
I mean, off the top of my head, there is one called Her Private Life. Then there is this one called Little Women. These are all K-dramas, by the way.
Right.
Here you go. Finger my ass.
Yeah, Bollywood coverage.
Bride and Prejudice is great.
I haven't watched that yet, but I'm going to. It's on my list.
I've watched it about 10 times.
Yeah.
What is that on then?
Netflix.
What channel? Netflix. I saw a K is it K drama called
K-drama.
Mask Girl.
I haven't seen that.
That's really good.
Vex, are you available to read this chat? Please.
Yeah, sure. Finger my ass. For no money. Bollywood coverage! Exclamation mark. Sure.
Yeah, we could do it.
Okay.
We could do it. I'll do it.
I would love a movie version of Alien Isolation like Vex. I think that would be incredible.
Right? It would work perfectly. My goodness.
Here you go. Atom Gray says, "Can we finish RoboCop now?" We can, but he's trying to get the bodies to come on the stream at the same time. So we will. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will. We will. Because I want to finish it. Okay. Shall we move on then, folks? Yeah.
Yes.
And finally,
I feel this is for the Americans and the Canadians.
Hey, don't throw us together.
well, Beck's going to be American soon, isn't she? So.
Bob Barker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Price is Right.
Animal lover, bastard.
It was 99, so
Yeah.
it was his birthday very, very soon.
He's the equivalent to Bruce Forsyth in England.
Good game.
Yes, because Bruce went to, I can't remember, he was in his 90s as well, wasn't he, Bruce? So yeah.
I didn't look this up. Wasn't Bob Barker in what was that Adam Sandler film about the golfing?
Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't Happy Gilmore, right? I'm not imagining.
It's hilarious. It was,
Price is wrong, bitch.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah.
Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up.
I think the fact that no
Yeah, I had a good
Jimmy
one, yeah.
Savile level news about him has come out, I think is quite
news.
admirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
And I forgot Bruce Forsyth did The Price is Right as well, didn't he? Good God. Talk about mirroring that person. Yeah. Wow.
Jimmy Savile never did The Prices Right.
No, he didn't.
I mean, not on TV, but behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't understand how, like, for me, like, during the 90s, when you were home from school because you were sick, you would, like, sit on the couch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just watch Price is Right. I love this show so much.
And it went to an hour.
Yeah, it was great and everything. And you're just all like...
Did anybody fall down those stairs when they came running down?
I mean, probably. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but...
Black lives or black votes. Jimmy, the child is.
Oh, can I just say?
What was the show that actually was hosted by a Canadian and everyone dressed up in crazy costumes and they picked boxes? What was it called?
Deal or no deal?
Celebrity Squares.
No.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal?
No. The people. I'll try to remember it.
Here you go. It's Fired the Brits Up.
Oh,
I'm actually still really excited for that Savile miniseries that's coming out. Yeah, I just want to know how far they're going to go with it.
I
That's all.
I thought it's come out already, is it not?
It's already done.
Is that
but it hasn't.
Is that going to be on Netflix?
BBC.
On BBC?
Oh.
It's on BBC.
BBC.
Okay.
Because didn't Netflix have like a documentary about him?
They did, yeah. It's still on there.
Oh, I'll have to
Was it
maybe I'll go check
accurate?
that.
I haven't seen it.
It's a documentary, and yeah.
Was it accurate though, or did
I watched
they...
half of it and made me feel sick, so I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I cannot believe Bob Barker lived as close to 100 as possible without going over.
Yeah.
But Gene is here all week.
Oh
everybody.
my God!
Thinking men's joke.
You won. That was.
That is good. That
Swappers
was good.
won the stream, everybody.
He did.
Well done, Swappers. Okay, so rest in peace, Bob Barker. I think that is it, folks.
Why is there a comic book written at the bottom of his? Oh,
That was from the website. Too.
Yeah,
I see.
comicbook.com.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
It's called
terrible.
a logo.
Yeah,
That's it, folks.
Monty Hall. That was the name of the Canadian host. See, I knew I'd get it.
We are doing this on. We've come forward a day with this, folks.
Is this episode 3?
Tuesday.
Episode
Yes.
2.
Can I join that panel? I actually am free on Tuesday.
Yes. And we're going to do episode 3 on Wednesday. So you're going to get a double header, as it were, folks.
Nice.
You're gonna slag it off, are you?
Yeah.
We don't want to slag it off. That's the. No, we don't.
Is that
We just
part
want-
of her head, by the way?
No, that's her hair.
It's
Oh,
a
that's hair?
cat. No, it's a cat.
It's a creature. It's actually is ambulatory.
Is that why the tentacle length changes in some of the shots that we've seen so far? Because it's alive.
So that's
No.
that is not that's part of her head, is it? It's not her
Yeah,
hair.
yeah,
though.
that's her
I thought,
likido.
yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Not Brian. I thought it was, I said this. Bagpuss. It's
Bagpuss.
bagpuss.
If it was pink, it'd be bagpuss.
Yeah, bagpuss. Okay, so 10 p.m. UK time, GMT, on Tuesday.
It's gonna be good.
And then
Have
we're-
fun, guys. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not, but listen, I got to run.
Paul,
Thank
thank
you
you, my
very much
friend.
for
Great to have you
having
on.
me.
Yes,
everyone.
Paul.
Bye, Paul.
It was a
Cheers,
pleasure.
mate.
Listen, nice meeting you for the first time, Vex. It's great. I'm waving to you in Toronto.
Oh, I'm waving back at you! Yay!
I'm in
Cheers, Paul.
Burlington, so we can
Oh.
see each other.
Oh,
Cheers,
I'm in
Paul.
Uxbridge.
Always great to have you on, mate.
Oh, Uxbridge, I know it well.
Yes.
Thank you, Paul. Always a genuine pleasure to.
Oh
have
no,
you
no,
on.
and I appreciate you inviting me. It really is an honor to join you guys. It's fun.
You go finish that bottle off now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
finish
do.
off that wine, mate.
Bye, Paul. Take care.
Bye,
Take care.
buddy.
Adios.
And he's gone. Thank God.
Thank for that. Okay. I think. Sorry, I've pressed the wrong button because I'm a fucking boomer. I think that is it. In fact, I know that is it. So don't forget Tuesday for
Rightio.
Ahsoka.
Ass soaker.
Please,
Yes.
Soaker.
Ahsoka.
Soaker.
How our underwear feels after each episode. It's
You need-
that nice.
Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for being patient with me, especially the first 3 minutes of the brownout StreamYards. Urgh. So, chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the super chats, and obviously, thank you for the interaction and just being there. So, cheers, chat. You're wonderful. I will thank the guests. So, obviously, Paul, thank you. Paul, thank you, my friend. Darth Kipling, thank you.
Is it
Oh, okay.
just me, or
Yes.
does Ahsoka look like she's got a cat on her head?
It does look like she's got a cat
It
in her head.
does,
I don't
yeah.
even know what that thing is.
Yeah, it's like a big pussy. Yeah.
Oh,
What is it? What is it? Is that hair or is it
Space
a hair?
That
cat.
is, yeah, that's a part of her hair.
Space cats.
Well, that's not her hair. It's like a part of her like head because the like it's like the top part is almost like horns and then the bottom part is like the
Anyway,
twilax
let's
with the
move
leaku.
on.
Sorry,
quickly before I
sorry.
Nod
So
off.
does
Sorry.
Does it grow, and that's why she's so calm because
It
it
does.
can reach other places?
I don't know. Yes.
Moving
Exactly.
swiftly
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Cheers, Ian. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries.
Vex Electronica, thank you.
Always a pleasure. Love being here.
Matt Katz. Sorry, I'll start again. And last but by no means least, Matt Cat.
Now listen.
Listen.
Thank you for having me. I always have a good time with you guys.
You're in the big boys club now with
I
open bar.
guess.
You
I
are.
guess so.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
open
you.
bar.
I appreciate it. That's
I only
very
watched
kind
it because you were on it.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
That is it, folks. I think B Sup is on tomorrow with the boys. Blue Man
I can't
Lord.
wait.
So that's on tomorrow. We're on Tuesday. We're on Wednesday. If we don't see you at all, we will see you next weekend. Have a great week.
Bye.
Tatty bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.